Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Monday, March 7th, 2022. Lots of stories have broke since obviously Friday. We have the franchise tag. We got Calvin Ridley gambling, some of the bets, including his own team, even though he wasn't playing. Pretty crazy stuff. We got a few guys that have got franchise tag, a guy that retired. We got a WWE 2022 Hall of Famer. So we got a lot to talk about today. I got the Saints and the New York Giants on NFL Network from 2015. Missed you guys. Obviously, over the weekend, had to spend some quality time with the GF and didn't get a chance to see the NASCAR race, but I do believe that, was it Alex Bowman ended up getting the dub, so I ended up kind of checking out a little bit. I did not get a chance to watch the race in entirety, so that fucking sucked. But it's okay. Sometimes you need to be able to, manage things and get things going. But from what I saw, Alex Bowman got first, Kyle Larson second, Ross Chastain third, Kyle Busch fourth, and William Byron fifth. AEW Revolution. Obviously, I wanted to be able to watch that and do the live stream. I don't really know how many people out of the Fanatic family watched it besides Sarah Small. I knew it was awesome. I've seen some clips. I might end up paying, the money to order it, just to watch it, even though it's obviously not live. But to try to see everything that happened, I saw a good chunk of the Bryan Danielson and obviously the match that I think everyone was kind of looking forward to, Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson. I saw a lot of blood with MJF and CM Punk. Obviously, Sarah told me about William Regal and as well as a few others like Swerve Scott, now is Swerve Strickland. So it seems like it might be worth it even to pay for it late for the $50 to be able to see what happened. I appreciate all you guys. Sorry that I wasn't able to work out this weekend, but I'm back. I'm here, and we got a lot of shit to go over. Deacon Baker says, wow, never been first before. Sarah Small, bang, $8 on the Cash App. Bang, 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 bang. Eagles, John, bang, $20 on the Cash App. We're already at $28 before the stream even started. How are you guys? Obviously, we saw Holly Hundo with her trip to Chicago. I assume that she'll be hopping in sometime tonight. I know she was watching a Chiefs podcast on YouTube earlier, so we'll have to ask her some questions on the trip and how it went. I hope everyone is doing good. Kettle in the building, what to do? Zombie in the building, yes, I do. Like I said, I usually watch, obviously, from time to time, but this year I'm trying to do as many NASCAR streams as possible, but I was not able to do the last one, the Pennzoil 400, so we'll have to kind of see with the time constraints and everything that I will be able to manage my time with myself, my friends, the girlfriend. I did get to go to that arcade, though, with my boy Jay Graves. We went there. It was a little bit smaller than I anticipated. There wasn't a whole lot of games there. I thought it would be a little bit bigger, but for $8 unlimited play, we played The Simpsons, and we actually went all the way through and beat the game. I've never beat the Simpsons arcade game before, so we spent about an hour. I was Bart, he was Homer, and we went through the whole levels, and we get to the very end. It's like Smithers and Mr. Burns, and we ended up finding a way to get that dub. We played a Cruising USA. We played the hydro game when you're kind of like one of those water hovercrafts. Played some obviously shooting games like The Walking Dead. NBA Jam, went down to the buzzer. He was the Blazers with Drexler and Porter, and I was Reggie Miller and Detlef Schrempf. I shot a 3 at the buzzer and missed, and he beat me by 1 point. And usually NBA Jam and NBA Hang Time is my game. So I got to play a lot of games, got to, catch up for about 3 to 4 hours with one of my really, really good best friends, Jay Graves. I haven't seen him in quite some time, so that felt good. And like I said, spent the time with the GF, and then now I'm watching the Saints and the Giants from 2015. Eli Manning, 18 for 21, 165 yards, 3 tutties, and I assume he's going against Drew Brees. And like I said, I know there was a lot of crazy action that happened on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I streamed on Friday. I was planning on streaming Saturday night after, the whole arcade thing, but didn't get a chance to. And then obviously on Sunday, took that, day off. Didn't get a chance to really watch the NASCAR race in entirety or to get to watch AEW Revolution. A little disappointed about that, but I can always order it if I need to, if I really want to go back and watch it, or I can end up watching some clips Not the same as it watching live and seeing those reactions. I would have loved to have been able to do that, but maybe next time, maybe for the next, maybe AEW pay-per-view. I know they spread them out, and we usually got about 4 a year. We got the Discord going and rocking. Obviously, we got there on the NWSF family as well as the Northwest Wrestling Fanatics. So if you guys want to make some posts in there as well, please do. I know some of y'all are watching Raw. I'll get that here in about 45 minutes, and then I'll turn that on. TCS Whitey in the building. What to do? Zombie, my favorite driver is Byron. William Byron, 24. Okay, yeah, but I am starting to watch it, like obviously for the channel and to get back into it. I was really into it about 15 to 20 years ago, and then now I figured, okay, football's over. I need to look for other ideas for content. Why not try to do something like NASCAR? I don't feel really anything is out of my element. I need to know a little bit more about NHL, a little bit more about football, soccer. But when the World Cup comes along, I got Elliot Evans, and I got plenty of people to be able to help your boy out. Elliot in the building. What to do? Let's go, baby. You play some, you watch NASCAR, play NASCAR, and some F1. Nice. There we go. So WWE 2K22 comes out in 1 hour and 47 minutes. My birthday is tomorrow. Let's turn up. TCS Whitey. Happy birthday, my dude, Air Whitey. Love you, and I appreciate you, my dude. Do you think it was dumb that Calvin Ridley got suspended for a year? Obviously, they're making an example out of him. I mean, I think some people want to, in the NFL circles and some of these reporters, they're trying to make it about race because he's a black African man, an athlete. And if it was maybe someone else of a different race, maybe it wouldn't have been as a punishable of an offense. I'm not sure if really that has anything to do with it. First off, you can't be gambling. And let alone if you're going to be gambling, you don't use your account with your name. Duh. Okay. And then if you are gambling, you don't gamble against your team, either for or against. So I don't know if this guy was on drugs or if he's just fucking stupid. But you can always place bets with your friends, and your friends can place the bet for you, and then you'll be fine. You got to be an utmost fucking moron to be able to do the betting. I don't care if you're on IR and you're not playing anymore. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, okay, when they see the bets coming in, and if they see it's coming from actually Calvin Ridley, you don't think anyone from DraftKings is going to be able to kind of send an email out to either the Atlanta Falcons or the NFL and Roger Goodell? I mean, that's, you could get easily a snitch, working in DraftKings or one of those places if they find out that actually is the account linked to Travis or no, Calvin Ridley. I mean, come on, dude. You know what I mean? And it wasn't a lot of money, $1,500, but then there was one particular thing where like Matt Ryan was going to take a sack, and the red zone in like the third or fourth quarter. Come on, brother. You know what I mean? You took a $1,500 bet and now you're losing $10 million. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be losing some salary. All right. And then you might have been going to another team. Now, another team that gets you. Now there's obviously going to be questions. And, I don't think really sports gambling is wrong. I mean, a lot of people do it, but you can't bet on your own team for or against, even if you're not playing. I mean, like I said, even if you bet against other teams that were playing, don't bet yourself under your name. Give the money to one of your homies, have them bet, and then if you win, you get it from them. If you lose, then you're whatever. You know what I mean? Then you're good. But you're a fucking idiot, and you ended up doing it under like your own email, under your own account, thinking that no one's going to find out, and then now you're suspended for a year. And obviously we've seen crazy stuff with like Ray Rice and the physical altercation with the girlfriend and so there's been a lot of other circumstances where they haven't suspended or eliminated someone out of the league for as long of a period of a time. So 1 year is a long time, but it's obviously to tell people and to show people, hey, if we end up doing this like a 2-game suspension, chances are there's going to be someone else that's going to do it too. So they had to make it extreme. Thank God it wasn't anything like a Pete Rose thing, like a lifetime, obviously there, but very stupid. He is not very smart, obviously not very bright. He doesn't have very good friends around him to let him know that, hey, that would not be a good idea. And maybe he was drunk. Maybe he was high. I mean, I have no idea. Maybe he was smoking the herbs and just said, fuck it, I'm going to, bet a little bit. But if you're a millionaire type of person, 1,500, bro, 1,500, like, what are you doing, dude? Are you that fucking bored? And then let alone you're betting on your own team. And he was actually betting for the Falcons to win. So it wasn't necessarily, because that's where the investigation has to start. It has to start where, okay, if he bet on his own team for or against, now they got to interview the players, the coaches to see, okay, is he in cahoots with any of the other players for fucking up the game or maybe intentionally trying to do something above and beyond? And maybe there's something going on with the other team or the referees, because you just never know. With sports nowadays, there's always cheating and scandals that are going on. But I think obviously he's going to learn his lesson. He won't do it ever again. And this will probably probably push a lot of other people away that have been doing betting. But I don't think anyone else is stupid enough in the NFL to use their own name or their own account to do bets. Like someone's going to find out in DraftKings or wherever that is, right? And then obviously if you use your own account, very stupid. But 1 year is pretty harsh. I will give you that. 1 year is very, very harsh, but you should have been smarter than that. Pretty fucking stupid if you ask me. Eagles John in the building. All right, nice to be here. Now I'm already almost ready for bed. West Coast asshole. Hey, I'll try to end up doing the streams a little bit earlier. It's usually going to be 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., but I do appreciate all the love and the support. You ended up dropping a 20 right out the gates. Appreciate you. Odin's son with a $5. Thank you so much. Let me get everything in here and I'll get caught up. 1 second. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was just really dumb. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck would you do that? And you already know Shep is in the building. They were already going to be looking at trading Ridley or maybe getting a wide receiver in the draft. Now they're definitely going to be drafting someone because they can't count on you. Very dumb. Very, very dumb. Odin's son with a $5. Appreciate you, brother. Let me type this in real quick. And I'll get as caught up as soon as I can. But I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Bang! $5 Odin's son on the Cash App. We're at a good number already. What are we sitting at right now? It's pretty good. What are we sitting at? $33 already. Thank you guys so much. And like I said, I really wish I was able to do the NASCAR race. Wish I was able to do the Saturday stream, NASCAR race on Sunday, as well as AEW. That's the one that I'm missing out on the most, but I can always go back and watch it if I choose to, if I end up wanting to, pay the $50 or if they have a reduced rate on with the pay-per-view after. Today's show is sponsored by Modelo. They only had 4 pineapple beers, no mango. So it looks like your boy fucking just bought everything that they had and within the last few days. Hopefully they have more when I go to the grocery store in the morning. Let's take the first sip. I should have said take the first pull. That was more than a sip. That was like 3 sips. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good. Hey, I apologize, brother, but you know what? I love you and I miss you and I appreciate you. Fly, Eagles fly, baby. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You said that Doyle's retiring. I am a little bit. I know Sarah is. And I know you probably directed that question towards Sarah. Obviously, I am as well, because even though I'm not a Colts fan, anytime you see a guy that has been in the league for quite a while, and now that is going to be retiring. I already got all my HD pictures all kind of set up for the show. It's just sad. It's one of the OG guys. I saw a post that T.Y. Hilton did. His 2 best friends, obviously, Andrew Luck was number 1. Jack Doyle was number 2. Now he's going to walk away. He didn't have a Hall of Fame career by any means. But he was one of those guys, those staples, those pieces on the Colts offense where, he got hurt a lot, but he tried his best when he was out there. And he was just one of those key pieces for the Indianapolis Colts that you can kind of count on, being there, week in and week out, even fighting through injuries. Kind of got the injury bug a little bit more as the latter part of his career. But let's salute to Jack Doyle retiring. Now he's going to join his brother, Andrew Luck, obviously in retirement. God bless you, brother. Hopefully you have a great retirement. And then obviously you can just stay, sit back and hang out with the family and, go on trips and do all those other things that you wanted to do in life. So obviously we know Calvin Ridley, my brother. Why would you do something like that? And we got a lot of other things to cover here as well. And then I'll just kind of go over some of the franchise tags as well as the other topics as I go through the chat here also. So let me scroll through here. Doyle, but we had a feeling that Doyle was going to retire. So let's see here. Rudy in the building. Have you tried basketball or boxing? I do basketball streams from time to time, but the NBA fucking sucks. Let's be honest. I mean, every time it's an evening game, the Lakers are on and they're fucking losing by 30 points. My Blazers aren't good either. I mean, once it gets to the playoffs and the NBA finals, Western Conference finals, I'll do more basketball watch parties or live streams. But I mean, if I'm going to sit through 2 to 3 hours of college basketball or NBA, it's got to be entertaining. It's got to be a good matchup. I'm not going to just do it for any teams that we're playing. I like the NFL, which I love. Obviously, college football I love, and AEW I love. But Once it gets to the playoffs, I will cover it a little bit more. And as far as boxing goes, or like UFC, I can definitely cover some of those things when the pay-per-views or when the things come up. I mean, I'm pretty much covering everything right now. I do a little bit of, NFL, college football, AEW, WWE, NBA, college basketball, MLB, if we ever have a fucking season. Just a little bit of everything. It just depends on my time constraints, what I got going on. But obviously, I'm grinding it out. Scooter Magruder is doing Wordle on his chat. Well, hey, I guess, you know what I mean? You can tell a lot of these NFL guys, they're really reaching for content because obviously with, you're seeing guys, like Grossi and Scooter Magruder and Clickbait Sports. I mean, if you're only sticking to just NFL, I mean, you are going to get to a point where it might be a little dead. I mean, obviously today we got the Calvin Ridley news and you got guys that are going to be franchise tagged, and then you're going to be going over guys in the NFL draft, the, combine, obviously with all the, different tests and the 40 runs and everything. But I mean, even though the NFL is 365, 24/7, if you only limit yourself to only NFL, there are going to be days where it's really, really light. So you're going to have to figure something else out. And that's facts. Calvin Griffin in the building, jackass, he says. Yeah, 1,500. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really matter the amount, but if you're going to bet, don't bet against your team winning or losing. That was stupid to begin with. And then one of them was like, Matt Ryan's going to take a sack, and he was like a big amount. So like, why would you bet that? And that's probably why they were going to investigate. Okay, so if he's taking a sack, all right, is Matt Ryan in on it for him to win the money? Does he know somebody on the defense? Like, you know what I mean? You got to start asking certain questions when you get into those kind of specific bets, those underlying bets, rather than just straight up or the point spread where you have these like coin toss bets, sack bets, and these weird off the wall bets. But yeah, Ridley, not very smart, man. Not very smart. Yeah, well, he could have just gave the money to his friend. You know what I mean? You don't use your name under your account, and then obviously if the DraftKings people or whoever, the gambling website, once they see that, and if they verify that is Calvin Ridley, and seeing that he's making bets, you don't think anybody that's working at that company is going to slide an email to fucking Roger Goodell or the Atlanta Falcons or someone? There's a lot of people that are shady that aren't going to stick up, for the NFL players. If anything, if they can get a little payday out of it or get something, notoriety or get something out of it, right? They're going to do it. Obviously there is no loyalty to Calvin Ridley from, whoever they got in DraftKings or MGM Grand or any of these other betting locations or betting websites. So, yeah, way to lose 10 million. And his career might be in jeopardy because at this point, it's not a lot of money. It doesn't look like you really purposely did anything wrong. You were just betting because you were injured. But just the fact that you did something as stupid as that, there's going to be a lot of teams that probably question, your brain. Obviously, being a smart individual, probably think you're a fucking dumbass, and you might not be able to get a job. I mean, chances are you will, but there'll probably be a lot of teams that are going to be like, well, I don't know if I can really trust this guy. Because if you're that stupid to be able to make a decision like that, and you're also betting on your own team, whether to win or to lose, I mean, not very smart, dude. That's got to be one of the stupidest things that I ever heard. And then obviously now he's got 1 year to sit out. And then what is he going to do in the 1 year? Is he going to place more bets? If you do, don't bet in your name, idiot. All right, give it to your friend, and you could have easily still won the money. So you're telling me you don't got one homie that you trust to give the 1,500 to? He's like, nah, I can't do it. I don't trust Leroy. I better bet myself under my own name, Calvin Ridley. All right, come on, brother. Fucking dumb. I know he was going into depression, but now if you're in depression from before, now you're really going under after this dumbass stunt. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on, man. Calvin really should have asked Jordan for advice. Yeah, the biggest gambler on planet fucking Earth. Yeah. To be honest, I think it's time to suspend him for a whole year compared to other things. Well, of course, there's obviously physical abuse, and there's a lot of things. And it's your team, too. So, obviously, he already went through a lot. But it sounded like he wasn't going to be on your team after this year anyways. So, you were going to probably try to get something for him. But now, with this, you pretty much fucked you. And now you got to end up drafting a wide receiver. Kind of sucks with the whole thing that happened. But he should have been smarter and decided not to bet under his own name. Because if you don't bet under your own name and you give the money to someone else, no one ever finds out. No one finds out. Oh, I'll put it under my name. That'll work out real good. I won't get caught. Fucking idiot. But hey, it is what it is. And now, I don't want to say his career is in jeopardy because I assume that he'll play in the NFL again, but not a good look. Not a good look. So I don't see why it matters if they were games that he wasn't a part of. But the thing is, the reason why it does matter, because even if he's not a part of it, if he ends up doing some kind of betting with Matt Ryan getting sacked, then you got to think, is there some conspiracy in there for Matt Ryan and him to make money together based off if Matt Ryan just goes and falls down, takes a sack in the red zone, and then boom, they collect money. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's something as simple as that, where it doesn't look like Matt Ryan would even know that he even bet, but they don't know that. And a lot of people are deceiving people that are always trying to make a quick buck. So you got to think this on some kind of weird bet like that. Let's say you bet, 1,500 on Matt Ryan taking a sack in the red zone in the third or fourth quarter. And then Matt Ryan just falls down in the sack, maybe gets lightly grazed, falls down. Matt Ryan's in on it. And then boom, they end up winning let's say $150,000 and they split it. I mean, they're making millions of dollars, so it shouldn't even matter. But that's where the NFL minds are going, based on some of these individual bets that they're seeing. And obviously betting for the teams to win and lose. So it wasn't just betting straight up or by the point spread. There were these individual bets like the Matt Ryan taking a sack in the red zone in the third or fourth quarter. So that's why I think it sparked the investigation, because they're trying to think, okay, is Matt Ryan involved or not? And obviously it could have been just a ho-hum, just Calvin Ridley being Calvin Ridley, just sitting on the couch, probably smoking weed, watching the game and saying, fuck it, let's just bet, I got nothing else to do, or he's with his homies. But he should have had at least one friend tell him, hey, that's probably not a smart thing to do. But that's why that the investigation, I think, is why it's going a little bit more than what it maybe could have been. It could have been half a season, but they need to make an example out of these people. So that way, if someone tries to gamble again, which I don't think anyone was stupid enough earlier than this guy to do it in their own name. If you're going to bet, just don't do it in your name. If you're that thirsty for money, even though you're already a fucking millionaire, bet in your friend's name, not under your account. Or don't bet at all. But a lot of these guys have gambling addictions. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yeah, I know. $33. Let's get to a hundo. I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of just doing it day by day. And then obviously I have to try to make time for the GF. I got to be able to, obviously see some friends. I mean, if it was my choice, I would grind 7 days a week. If it's my choice, I would grind it out and stream as much as I can to be able to hang out. That way I can obviously hang out with you guys, be able to pay off the bills that need to be paid off. But there has to be some kind of balance with that as well. Shep, plus the NFL sponsors 3 or 4 gambling products like DraftKings. Yeah, and they're involved in it, obviously, because it's all about money. The NFL knows it's about money. Obviously, the DraftKings and these other, it's all about money. Money, but they don't want the players involved with the whole Pete Rose thing. I mean, look how they treated Pete Rose. You know what I mean? They treated Pete Rose, and then boom, he's like, he might not even be in the Hall of Fame, even though Charlie Hustle should be in the Hall of Fame, but we don't really know. And in this lifetime, they probably won't put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame until he's dead. And so he won't even actually be able to accept the award until he's dead, and then they'll put him in, which is kind of fucked up. But, that's how they treat it, because, they gave him a lifetime ban. And obviously he was the manager and betting either for or against. You know what I mean? And even if he's betting for or against, it's still up to the players to make the plays and score the touchdowns and score the points. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just crazy, dude. It is crazy. Said, it's time. It's Veda time. And speaking of Hall of Fame, obviously I got the picture already queued up for you. It's time. It's Veda time. 2022 Hall of Fame. He should have already been in there. A lot of people know Vader for Darth Vader and Star Wars, but we're talking Vader. All right, in WWF, congratulations. Veda making the 2022 Hall of Fame. Should have been in there already a long time ago. Jack Doyle, obviously retiring. Sad to hear him go, but it looks like it was about time for him to be able to take those steps, to be able to walk away. And then a few other pieces of news. Kyle Van Noy getting a release from the Pats. So he was on the Pats, then got released, then came back, went to another team, and now obviously they're trying to be able to save some money. We'll see if he ends up re-signing with them later. Maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. Orlando Brown on the Kansas City Chiefs got the franchise tag. So he's one of the first individuals to get the franchise tag, as well as David Njoku got the franchise tag, and Jesse Bates III with the franchise tag. And it sounds like my boy Chris Godwin is going to get the franchise tag sooner than later. Really excited about that. I know Eagles fans, Colts fans, Saints fans, and any fan that needs a wide receiver does not want to hear that. But I need my boy, all right, Chris Godwin, to come back to my team. Ridley with the gambling problems. We know that. And this, what is this? This is the salary cap in 2022, $208.2 million. That's going to be up $25.7 million. And that's also the money that Calvin Ridley is going to lose from not being able to play in the NFL season next year. All right, look at all those $100 bills. $100 bills, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. All right, so whatever you do, don't gamble. If you're in the NFL, don't be a dumbass like Calvin Ridley, okay? All right, but salary cap going up, so that's good. So more players to be able to get that roster nice and firm and tight as we're going on the playoff push. Oh man, pimping. I've been waiting for you guys, obviously all weekend long. Tommy won wingy, he does. AEW Rampage was good. Kenny Omega, I'm still waiting on my t-shirt from Odin's Son. Hopefully it shows up as soon as possible. My boys, the Young Bucks. And I heard the AEW Revolution was just lit. I can't wait to go back and watch it. I probably will end up ordering it, as crazy as that sounds, because I do want to watch it, and that's facts. So glad Philly got out of the Ridley fiasco. Didn't want him to begin with, just got out of the Ben Simmons relationship. Yeah, I know, right? That's facts. All right, I'm scrolling down. I'm trying to get caught up with everybody here. They already did. I'm pretty sure that they already did, from all the information that I got, that they already franchise tagged him. So as long as my news was correct, I don't think they did Godwin yet, but if I'm going through my timeline, I'm pretty sure that's what I had here. So let's go back through it to make sure I didn't make any errors here. So they franchise tagged David Njoku. I got that correct. Jack Doyle retired. Let's see. Jesse Bates III, franchise tag. And then the Chiefs place a franchise tag on offensive tackle Orlando Brown, and that's from the NFL, NFL.com. So it already happened. So I was going to say, I pretty much checked all my resources, before I ended up doing that. So yeah, you're already good to go. You're good to go. Salute to Jack Doyle, always a fan of high-effort guys. Me too. Zombie says, I only watch fourth quarter of NBA. Wish I could say the same. Brother. TCS, good Badgers news. They're saying that Johnny Davis only sprained his ankle. Thank God. Good to hear. I did. Obviously, if you saw that earlier on with the picture that I posted, I'm trying to put up all the news. That's why it took me a little bit longer to get everything going. So did you hear Calvin Miller got cut by the Tampa? The Giants cut Kyle Rudolph. I know I'm late, but Ali Marpet. Yeah, I know. And obviously, Ali Marpet retiring. That's tough. And some of these guys are going to find new homes like Kyle Rudolph and Kyle Vanoy. But Ali Marpet is going to be like Tom Brady. He's going to enjoy his time away from football, and he should. Without Ali Marpet, we don't win the Super Bowl. We don't make those deep runs. So Tristan Wirfs was a big part of it, but Ali Marpet was nasty, and I loved everything that we got out of him. Salute to Ali Marpet, and enjoy your retirement, brother. STL Rocks, hey, dude, can I send you something? Yeah, on my Instagram, I'll end up sending you something where you can send some stuff to me. I got Forbidden Alchemy sending me something as well. So yeah, I'll give you the proper information on my Instagram in a DM, and you can definitely do that. I know you were working on some artwork for me for the Oregon Ducks and Tampa Bay and whatnot. So if that's what you want to send me, I would greatly appreciate it. Salute to you, STL Rocks. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to do the NASCAR race. Like I said, if I was able to, trust me, I would have did the fucking NASCAR race and the AEW pay-per-view. Like, AEW is my favorite thing out of anything. So for me not to be able to do AEW Revolution, you have to, it's one of those things. Like, I wanted to watch that pay-per-view probably more than anything, even more than the Super Bowl. That was like up there. Because, AEW only has 4 pay-per-views a year. So you got to be able to make the most out of them. But Sarah Small ended up watching it. And Sarah, out of a grade of 1 to 10, not being incredibly biased, because we know we both love AEW more than WWE, but I'll still give WWE a shot as long as the matches are good and the outcomes are good. What would you have rated AEW Revolution? I think most people that I talked to, they said an 8 or a 9, and that's pretty good considering a lot of the WWE pay-per-views were like a 5 or a 6, maybe a 6.5 or a 7. So I'm kind of excited to see what you say about that as well. Most of it wasn't betting against the Falcons. It was for them as well. Well, most of the bets that they were, from what I read, they were betting for the Falcons to win. And the only thing that was against the Falcons, I think, is like Matt Ryan taking that sack in like the red zone in the third or fourth quarter. Other than that, it is what it is. So no wonder they wouldn't give an update when he wasn't playing, right? $11 million for a year, right? $11 million for $1,500 bet. That you're such a dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it if you want to bet, and even if you wanted to bet there, all you had to do is give the money to one of your homies. They placed the bet. Like, you don't trust one homie? Out of all the homies you got, you can't even trust like your, and you probably wouldn't have wanted to give it to your parents or someone that had the last name Ridley, because then that would have probably caused some kind of investigation there as well. All right. Drew Brees going long, going deep, intercepted. 35-28 against the Giants in 2015. Wow. Rogers Cromartie with the pick. Old school footage on the NFL Network right now. We got the Giants 28, Saints 35 from 2015. Wow. But yeah, just crazy. Marcos Pineda in the room. What to do, my boy? Hey, I'm sorry to hear what you happened there with your debit card or your credit card situation. Sounds like you're going to be getting money tomorrow, so you should be good to go. Apologize. Like I said, I was kind of off the grid for Saturday and Sunday, so I apologize about that. But I got in touch with my boy Brett, who's in DC on vacation right now with the wifey. Talked to him, obviously, over the phone on kind of like a Skype thing, and then try to touch base with some of the people that I missed kind of contact with. But I'm glad you got everything kind of situated, my brother. Marcos Pineda, my boy. So I'm pretty sure he'll play in the NFL again after he made this. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big mistake, though. You know what I mean? Holly Hundo in the building. How are you? So I haven't followed the whole Ridley thing. I need to catch up on why this is such a huge deal. Well, obviously he was injured, so he had depression issues. Then he was injured, and then when he wasn't playing, made the bets, mostly for the Falcons to win, which is kind of comical because the Falcons really aren't that great of a football team. But the certain individual bets, like the Matt Ryan taking a sack in the red zone in the third and fourth quarter, $1,500. But most of the bets were not necessarily for the Falcons. But still, I mean, you should have been smart enough to be able to give it to a friend or someone else, or just not bet at all. But Holly Hundo, how was your trip in Chicago? I hope it was fan-motherfucking-tastic. I saw the weather out there. It seems like the weather's been kind of up and down, but I hope you had a great few days over there in Chicago. All right, I'm scrolling down here. Odin's son, just like Pete Rose in baseball, and look what they did to him. They gave him a lifetime ban, which was pretty extreme. He should have never gotten a lifetime ban, but that they tried to make sports gambling out to be a lot of corruption in sports. Regardless if you're going to get caught or not. I mean, there is going to be corruption no matter where you go. Marco said, I'm super tired. It's my long week. It's all right, brother. Hopefully everything is okay. And like I said, I apologize. I wasn't able to send you, the money that you needed at the time, but it sounds like you got that squared away. But normally you can count on me 99% of the time. Obviously, if you need a little bit of a loan, for a few days, I usually can get you. No problem, brother. Elliot in the building. Eagles John in the building. What a deal. So while down in Delaware, I drove by the high school fist pump. LOL, Little Delaware. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to know that, man. I don't. You're celebrating and defending Delaware to the death. My boy, Eagles John in the building. Scrolling down here. Yeah, so you had a concussion, right? So I imagine with the concussion and everything that's going on, that had to have been pretty tough, with the car accident and the car flipping a couple times. But I'm glad to hear that you're slowly getting better. Elliot's watching Shameless. What's new, right? What season are you on now? What season are you on now, my brother? So he's like, I'm watching Shameless, oh dog. Hey, I got 35-28 Saints above the Giants in the third quarter from 2015. Great show, man. You're going to be done with it sooner than later. You're going to be done with it sooner than later, man. Pimpin'. Okay? Okay. Yeah, I think we all are okay, knowing that you're okay. Because if you weren't okay, that, obviously I don't know if you're going to have any like bad dreams or flashbacks with anything that happened, but everyone is praying for you, brother. Season 4, episode 5. Okay. Send thoughts and prayers for your continued recovery. Seriously, though, because when you sent me the picture, I was like, oh, hell no. I was really worried. I was like, okay, you definitely have broken legs or broken arms or something. NFL is in bed with online gambling. All of us are Caesars, which is stupid. I mean, there's all kinds of gambling. And I imagine other NFL players gamble as well. But you got to be able to, do it the right way. Otherwise, you're going to get caught. You're at the bar having some drinks right now. Good to hear, brother. Good to hear, brother. Message from a Golden Eagle. What up, Orion NWSF? Heard the Ridley news. We got picks and we got cat, baby. He said we got all the money Fly, Eagles, fly. He said, we got money, 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 money. Everyone's got a price. Is that how it goes? Oh, the money. Money, 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 money. Everyone's got a price. $1 million man and all the money, 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 money. Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what, who doesn't got money? Fucking Calvin Ridley. $10, $11 million down the fucking drain. Yep. I saw that. I was going to go back to my notes after Odin's son did that. I already went through, went through all the different, outlets and whatnot when I was posting the news. Obviously we got the Ridley thing and Jesse Bates III got the franchise tag. Njoku, I believe, was the first. Orlando Brown got the franchise tag. Kyle Van Noy got released. Jack Doyle retired. And Vader made the WWE 2022 Hall of Fame. And if there's anybody else that I missed, please comment below and I can add that to the list. All right, I'm scrolling down here. Said, funny, Sarah, while waiting in Hoyer for my flight back, I met a Colts fan. He was big on Wentz. What do you think? So I hope your Colts give. I mean, you got to think. I mean, it didn't end well in that Jags game, but if you don't have wide receivers and tight ends, and you should have made the playoffs, I think him and Jameis Winston actually played better than people thought. But if Irsay says, fuck you, you're out of here. I mean, you can't really go against Jim. If Jim says, get the fuck out of here, what's Frank Reich going to say? He can't argue with the guy. So I imagine they're going to move on. But I'm giving you my perspective, obviously from someone that's not biased, and if you look at the stat line, I guarantee that if you look at the stat line, the touchdowns, the interceptions, with limited help at wide receiver and tight end, let's be honest, T.Y.'s old. All right, Michael Pittman at best is a wide receiver 2 or 3. You're not going to get a whole lot out of Doyle. So if you really look at it, with all the players that you had, and with the touchdown to interception ratio that you had, and then Jonathan Taylor beasting and the offensive line, his stat line was much better than anyone anticipated. It's just how the season ended is why everyone's throwing him under the bus. Not being able to beat the Jags and having one of the worst performances when you should have made the playoffs. That's the reason why he's getting the ass, the foot in the ass. That's why he's getting the boot. You know what I mean? At least from the guys up above. But I thought that he didn't play that well, in that game. But overall, he played great during the season. Same thing with Jameis Winston. I thought he played great. It's just that, I guess the expectations of going to the playoffs and, having that amazing Jonathan Taylor season. But, I mean, you show me another quarterback that could have that wide receiving and tight end core and be able to put up the numbers that he did. Same thing with Jameis Winston. It's like they didn't really have a whole lot besides the running back, right? And the Colts and the Saints are very similar. Right? They both got great defenses. They both got great O-lines. They both got great running backs. But obviously the wide receiver and tight end is very thin. And then they had a brand new quarterback trying to see what they could do on each team. So the similarities are almost hauntingly eerie for the Colts and the Saints. And they both didn't make the playoffs. Obviously the Saints would have if Jameis didn't get hurt. But Carson kind of falling on his face at the end of the season, which is kind of why I think they're going to move on. Elliot, McDonald's is being sued for $900 million by a company that fixes ice cream machines. Really? I did not hear that. Showman Bowman, Alex Bowman won Hendrick Motorsports 2 straight. Damn it. See, I knew it. I had a feeling. And then obviously with the thumbnail, I didn't even get a chance to use it. Paid $25. I had fucking, Johnny Thumbnails make the thumbnail for me, and I didn't even get to use it. I might be able to use it next year, obviously, because, actually, no, I can't even use it next year because I think it's dated. Let me take a quick look to see if it's actually dated or not. But I imagine if it's dated and it has 2022 on it, then I can't even use it. So I'm out $25 on that. But let me take a look. I imagine it's dated. Let's look. Maybe it's not. Oh, well, no, it's not. So it's got Las Vegas 400. It says presented by Jiffy Lube. So I guess if it's not Jiffy Lube next year, then I'm fucked. But I might be able to use that for next year. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But yeah, that's awesome, man. Alex Bowman getting his first dub for NASCAR over the weekend. I'm scrolling down here. Sarah with a super sticker. Bang! 99 cents, $1. Appreciate you. Every dollar counts. Appreciate you. What are we sitting at? $34. Let's get to a hundo. Let's do it, baby. I saw that. It sounded like that Tyrann Mathieu was possibly going to leave. Now, how confident are we that he's leaving? I mean, it sounds like it almost, I don't want to say it's a done deal, all right, because I really like him there, but it sounds like there's going to be other teams that are willing to offer more money. And like I said, without Tyrann Mathieu, I mean, there's no Super Bowl for you guys, against the 49ers. I mean, he's been very instrumental. You got Juan Thornhill, you got L'Jarius Sneed, but they're not Honey Badger, back in that secondary. So I'm hoping that they can find a way to bring him back, but it sounds like he's leaving, unless he verbally said that he's already taken off and he's leaving. But yeah, that's rough, because it's going to be really hard to replace a guy like that. Yeah, I love Honey Badger. Trip was it? Yeah. Motherfucking fantastic. That's good to hear. NFL's fooling himself. They really, I know. But I think he's the only dumb one to do it in his own name, though. You know what I mean? I think, because a lot of these other guys, they're probably betting, but they're not betting with their own account. You know what I mean? You got to be smart enough. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe give the money and bet it under your friend's account, so there's no way to trace it that it was you.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
Just my, my thinking of it. You know what I'm saying?
If you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk. No matter what you're going through.
So Tyrann is testing free agency. Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, hopefully he comes back. He's a big part and staple of that roster. Feels like Honey Badger's not coming back, though, just a hunch. Yeah, I don't think he's coming back either. Just the way that I've seen him talk, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. Saying, let's see, called the fan base toxic. Well, that was before, yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of emotion involved. I know I did see the fan base being toxic type thing, He's an emotional guy, though. We know that. I mean, he wears his heart on his sleeve and gives it his all when he's out there. Oh, Vincent Thomas Lombardi. Really? Okay. So now you're educating me and you're giving me some extra knowledge there. Good. Because I was going to say, yeah, no one's probably going to know that information there, brother. Yes. Yeah, I know. I did see him tweeting, you know what I mean? Like a year, and he's like, I don't have a gambling problem. I mean, you probably should just get off Twitter, you know what I mean? But it doesn't sound like he has the proper people around him to mentor him and, letting him know that maybe getting on Twitter and saying those type of things is probably not the smartest thing to do. But, after you get suspended for a year, you're probably just like, fuck it. So now what happens if he starts doing drugs and then all of a sudden they hit him with a drug test? So obviously he's like, fuck it, I'm not in the league now. And then he starts doing drugs or drinking or whatever. And then they drug test him in like a week. Then he's going to fail that. Then he's going to be out of the league even longer than a year. So it'll be interesting to see how the NFL does this if they want to end up making an example out of him. Because I guarantee if you test him in about a week, I almost guarantee that there's going to be some kind of drinking, alcohol, drugs. I mean, because he's probably thinking to himself right now, fuck, I'm fucked right now. I'm gone for the year. Let's just party it up. And then he'll try to, because a lot of these guys, it's one thing to smoke weed or whatever, you know what I mean? But we'll see. Hopefully he's got some good people in his corner, because we don't want him to extend this any longer and not be in the league. But I could definitely see the NFL doing something dirty like that. Like all of a sudden, in a week or two, hitting him with a random drug test, even though he's suspended for a year, and then boom, the results come out and then he's out, for a future period of time. I could definitely see that happening. Situation sucks because I really want to trade for Ridley as an Eagles fan. Yeah. Well, can't have him now. So now you got to be able to move forward and, figure out what you're going to do. More than likely, you're just going to have to go defense in the draft. So. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? On Twitter, it's tough to tell. Maybe, seeing more of the toxic comments rather. I mean, you're going to get good and bad comments from any fan base. I mean, that's facts, but yeah, I don't know. Something obviously happened with fans or in the locker room, since they won the Super Bowl. Something happened, obviously. So his experiences there in his mind haven't been all, peaches and cream. So I'm still pulling for Carson. Hell, it took a long while for Jim Plunkett to dislodge that from his ass. Yeah, true. Right? You know what I mean? And the thing is, I think with Carson Wentz, with proper weapons, I think he could lead a team to the playoffs. And he almost did with barely any weapons at wide receiver, or tight end. And you already got Jonathan Taylor. You got a good defense. I mean, all you got to do is just really not turn the football over and not force it in double and triple coverage. Go through your progressions, first read, second read, third read. I think that if you get some studs in there at tight end and wide receiver, easily Carson Wentz can win you 10 to 12 games a season. You know what I mean? You might not win the division every year, but you're probably good enough to make a wild card, here and there. So Honey Badger and Frank Clark won us the Super Bowl. Facts. That's big facts, man. Terrence Harris in the building. What to do? What to do? How are you, brother? Yep. Physically tackling wise. Yeah. Yeah. I like Honey Badger a lot. I hope that he ends up coming back, but we'll see. What the hell's going on out there? Ben, are you on drugs, brother? You be drinking on drugs, brother? Calm down, my dude. Calm down, my dude. Honey Badger to Nolans. You never know. You never know. You never know. Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't want to be there, he can always go somewhere else. But obviously, a big instrumental part of that secondary. And obviously, when you saw him not play in the secondary, they weren't as good. It's like nothing against Juan Thornhill or L'Jarius Sneed or the rest of the secondary. But when he's back there, it was a different vibe and a different feel. When he wasn't playing, they're giving up a shitload of yards. And obviously, he can still give up some plays himself. But you felt that when he's back there, chances are there's a better chance for, a tipped interception, a pick from himself, or punching the football out like Charles Peanut Tillman. Definitely you're going to get a little bit better results with him out there, even though he's an OG. So that's facts. I didn't get a chance. I did not get a chance to end up doing the pay-per-view. Like I said, I was going to stream on Saturday. I went to an arcade with my buddy that opened up down the road, Reset Button. Kind of small. They didn't have as many games as I thought they were going to have because they just opened. But we did have a good time. Stayed there for about 2 to 3 hours. Caught up. Played Simpsons, the arcade game. We actually beat it. Stayed on that machine for like an hour. Cruising USA, NBA Jam. Played some of those old school games. Played that one like hovercraft hydro game, which was really fun. Got some time to go in there and play Tekken Tag, Mortal Kombat 2, 3, 4. So it was good. Street Fighter as well. So it was a good time. And then didn't get a chance to stream Saturday night. And then Sunday, I was going to do NASCAR as well as the AEW Revolution, but spent time with the GF and didn't get a chance to be able to do those streams. I apologize. But like I said, I'm back here today, and I might have to go back and watch AEW Revolution because I heard it was very, very good. Yeah, I might have to go back and order it. Let's see. No new cash apps at the moment. Let's take a quick look. Obviously, every goal is for us to try to get to about 50 and then 100 and then go from there. But we have been averaging about 200 to 1,000 on every stream. So you guys are fucking amazing people. I'll tell you that. Always supporting your boy, and it always feels good. Went to the grocery store today. Ended up grabbing the last few beers that they had. Paisley went to the groomers today for the first time to get a shampoo, her nails clipped and buffed down. So she is a happy girl right now. She smells good. The shampoo that they use at the groomers, I don't know what kind of shampoo that they're using right now, but it smells amazing. It smells fantastico. Okay? It's great. So, I don't know how long that's going to last with her, being an active dog, but I am going to wake up early, take her for a walk, probably go get some coffee early in the morning. And then, we'll probably try to make our rounds for 2 to 3 walks tomorrow. And I'll be back live streaming again, hanging out with the greatest fans on planet Earth. Tommy, One, Wingy. Beers for everyone, baby. Pimpin'. But yeah, AEW Rampage was lit. Revolution, I imagine. I mean, everything that I've seen highlight-wise, I saw MJF put out some tacks with the dog collar match with CM Punk. I saw Bryan Danielson and fucking Jon Moxley just kicking the shit out of each other. Sarah, let me know, what was the best match out of AEW Revolution? Let me know. Let me know out of all the matches, what was the best one there? What was the best one? God, I wish I could have seen it live, though. Wish I could have seen it live. Said Chiefs should have drafted Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be available, though. He'll probably go very, very high. You'd probably have to trade up, man. Jeremiah in the building. At least Calvin really didn't get the Pete Rose treatment banned for life. Yeah, right? No kidding. I didn't ban anybody on the channel. Someone might have put you in timeout, but it wasn't me. So, yeah, if you don't want to donate to the channel, you don't have to. But I didn't do anything on my end, so that might have been one of the mods on their end. So, don't know what to tell you, brother. So, how does Paisley deal with nail clipping and buffing? A lot of dogs hate it. She wouldn't let us do it. So, like I said, we can shampoo her, and we did the shampoo thing. We did that a couple days ago on my end. Usually the girlfriend will do it, or I'll do it. We'll hold her down at the same time, and she's usually pretty good. But as far as the nail clipping and the buffing, she wouldn't let us do it, even if she was like half asleep. So they have this like harness that they put the dogs in. Kind of looks like some kind of like sex swing for a dog to describe it in any way. So the dog's legs go in it, and then it's kind of has like it ropes hooked up to the ceiling or whatever, some kind of, whatever it is, whatever swing that they have, but it's obviously like a harness. And then they use the dog there, and they can clip the nails that way. So they don't have to worry about the legs twitching and moving around and whatnot. So, but yeah, I didn't get to watch it firsthand. I was in the vehicle, and then I went inside to buy her a little duck, plush toy to be able to go in there and do that. So afterwards as a little gift, but I assume she didn't really like it, but most dogs don't. And hopefully that, she got through it though. So she got through it. But like I said, I imagine it's not something that, I imagine it's something that not a lot of people, with their owners and watching, it's not dogs. They don't really like people touching their nails. You know what I mean? That's facts. Jameis Ameza in the building. What to do? Joseph Gonzalez in the building representing the Pats. Said Amari Cooper goes to the Pats and they fix their defense. You think they could be probably the best team in the AFC? Maybe not the best team, but definitely a contender. Amari Cooper would be great, for Mac Jones to get another, piece, as a weapon. But if you think about it, you don't have Josh McDaniels anymore, so he's not going to be calling the plays. So there's going to be a little bit of a downgrade in the play calling there since he's the head coach now of the Raiders. Mac Jones is kind of a system quarterback, so you got to think he might not be able to play the way that he plays on any team. If he was on the Niners or the Pats, he was going to excel just based off the talent that was around him. But if the defense gets better and they give him more weapons to play with, I assume that they can get better and better and better. But to be realistic, you got the Chiefs, right? They're going to be good, right? We don't know if the Bengals will be able to get back to that same kind of point that they were at. Chargers should be better. Broncos might have Aaron Rodgers. We got the Ravens. So it's like you got Steelers, depending on who they get. So they're going to be in the mix. With a lot of other teams, like another 6, 7, 8 teams battling it out. I'm not sure if they're going to be the best team in the AFC, but if they get Amari Cooper, Mac Jones improves, defense gets better, I could say that they could be a top 4 team in the AFC, but nowhere near the top, I don't think, because Mac Jones still has a long ways to go to get to that, like Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Plus you got guys right now like Josh Allen, like the Buffalo Bills. They're still going to be running that division. The Bills are going to be getting first place in that division year in and year out, just like when you guys did when you had Brady. But with Brady no longer there, I don't think you guys are going to be winning the division year in and year out anymore. You might be able to steal it once in a while if Josh Allen or someone gets hurt, but the Bills should be winning that division for the AFC East for quite many, many years, right? But you got the Bills, Bengals, Chiefs, Chargers should be better, Ravens. There's going to be a lot of teams competing. So hopefully if they can get things firmed up, they might be able to be a top 4 team, but nowhere near being the best team. And that's just me being honest, not being a hater. If you just look at the facts, you look at the other teams that are playing and losing Josh McDaniels, there's no way you're going to be the number 1 team. Even if you got 2 Amari Coopers, you're still not going to be the number 1 team in the AFC. There's going to be a lot of other teams competing for that spot, but you don't need to be the number 1 team to make the Super Bowl. You just got to be good enough to make the playoffs and make the dance. So if you're asking me if they could be one of the teams that can make the dance, of course. But number 1, I don't think so. It might take a while. Ernest the Cat Miller. Somebody call my mama. Oh, shit. Ernest the Cat Miller. Old school. Old school. My dude. My dude. KO just challenged Stone Cold. I figured. Because Stone Cold has been, Stone Cold obviously has been, Raw is on, isn't it, for me? So I can actually turn it on. But Stone Cold has a ring, and the Saints and the Giants are on, so I'll flip back and forth. So I think Raw now is on for me. at 8 p.m. because I get it on the West Coast time. So let me go to it. There we go. So that way I have it on while I stream with you guys and I can watch it. I've been trying to get back into Raw. You should be proud of me. All right. But I had this feeling there was already rumored anyways that it was going to be KO and Stone Cold. All right. Because Stone Cold bought a ring for his ranch and he's been wrestling and he's been working out. So it might only be like a 5-minute match or whatever. But when that music hits, that'll be huge. Oh, perfect timing. All right. A little Randy Orton and RK Bro on the screen. And I like this new format where they're showing highlights and previewing kind of the matches. The editing and the intro to Raw is getting much better. I like it a lot. William Regal going over there. I don't know if it was a shocker. Once he got released, I knew he was coming over to AEW. We just didn't know when. We just didn't know when. Jameson Meza in the building. Jeremiah says check Instagram. Okay. Hey, I appreciate that because if you're donating money to me, as a channel, and then someone that's a mod decides to ban you, and it wasn't even me, see, look at that. So we don't need people like you, brother. We don't need your money, man. If you're going to be making comments like that. Some people, man, you know what I mean? It's like, some people they want to support. And it's nothing I even did, and then boom, and then all of a sudden like that, then people love to turn on you. I'm used to people being fake. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, though. Oh, I see that. Matthew Era, the rumors. Yeah, I did see that on the Saints page. Honey Badger says rumors. Chief safety Tyrann Mathieu has been linked to possibly signing with the Saints, and then Honey Badger's account put a fire emoji twice on it. Interesting. So maybe if he goes back home, obviously where he played college ball at LSU, could be. Crazy. Well, I apologize for that comment, Sarah. Like I said, you're the boss lady, you're the main mod, and like I said, if you're gonna get someone that's gonna make comments like that, we don't need the donations like that here. I got plenty of people that are gonna support me, through and through. And if we're going to get something like that, then we don't need that here. So it is what it is. Sad, man. You see how people can turn on you that quick? You know what I mean? The people could be like, oh, I'm supporting you. Yeah, I love the channel. And then all of a sudden, too, I'm not going to donate to you anymore. Fuck you. Hope you stay under 20K. And then a bunch of other comments towards me as well as Sarah. So it is what it is. See that, man? This is the type of shit that I have to go through. You know what I mean? The type of shit that I have to go through. Yeah. And the funny thing is, it wasn't even me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna overreact like that, over something that I didn't even do, you know what I mean? Then we don't need people like you on the channel, brother. Unbelievable people, huh? Seriously. Yeah, I already banned him. On the second one. I mean, there's no part of that here with that type of comment towards me or towards Sarah. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable sometimes with people, huh? I already blocked it though. You know what I mean? But like I said, you can support me. You know what I mean? And donate, and then to go from that to I'm never going to donate. Hope you fail. Hope you stay under 20K and all this. I mean, and good luck begging. Appreciate that. You know what I mean? It's like, why did you even donate to me to begin with? You know what I mean? It's like we don't need your money here. For the donations like that. Unbelievable, man. Crazy. So don't let anyone get you down. Yeah, seriously. But like I said, you're my boss lady. You're the number one. You're always going to take care of things. So. Like I said, that's what happens, I guess, with certain people. You know what I mean? And as we get bigger, you're going to get more trolls and more people angry or pissed off for whatever reason. So it is what it is. But, I love you guys very much. You know what I mean? Well, I was over 20K multiple times, and obviously we have a ways to go. Obviously some people are unsubbing. I've had to block some people, but I think we need probably like 40. So I'm not really worrying about it anymore because we got to a point where I was like 5 away from 20K. Then we would go 5 over, and then the next day I would be 10 under. So now I think we need like 40, and it keeps going backwards, which is fine. You know what I mean? It might be troll accounts, dead accounts, obviously haters, people like that coming in the room and then taking their subs away, people that have multiple accounts and doing that. So I'm not really worried about the number really anymore. All I want to, do is, be able to put out good content, hang out with people that appreciate the same thing that I appreciate, wrestling, sports, life, and just being a positive place where people can come. And if you're going to get someone that's going to be a hater like that, we don't need that here. You know what I mean? Like, why did you even donate to me to begin with? And then you're going to flip out and then go after me and Sarah and then hope that I fail and all this other extra comments. Like, we don't need people like that here on the channel. So at least, everybody's true colors comes out. And that's what we got, apparently, right there. Holly Hundo, thank you. Appreciate you. But you know what I'm saying? I think it's a dude. And I don't think you need to do anything like that, obviously. But Marco's crazy, right? That's just wild. $50 dono from Holly Hundo. Now, those are donos that we actually do appreciate here. Appreciate you, Holly. Bang! $50 dono on Cash App. Bang, bang, bang. Holly Hundo, appreciate you. This is weird. You know what I mean? Like, you never know what you're going to get in this fucking room. But for someone to donate to me, right? And then for someone to get put in timeout or whatever, and then coming off kind of aggressive in here, and then if they ended up getting their account banned and then to come back in, and then to totally flip and say that they're not going to donate, hope I fail, good luck begging, and then have to call Sarah a name. Like, why are you even here to begin with? Like, why are you even here to begin with? But it shows you how people can turn. You know what I mean? Like, you're all of a sudden you're supporting me, and then with one little comment, you get put in timeout, not even by me. And then now I'm this horrible person, and Sarah's a horrible person. Crazy, man. Crazy. We don't need people like that. Said glad to donate, but now I need to be careful not to. So many donors, my bank will cut me off. Weird. I appreciate you. Appreciate you very, very much. Yeah, I don't know why people subscribe or unsubscribe. Like, I get these trolls. And normally I know it's trolls because when my account goes to the subs, it goes up and down, not by one at a time, but sometimes it'll be like 5. So it's like 5, one person having 5 accounts, and then they go at like 5 at a time. It's not usually just 1 or 2. It's usually like 5 or a different number. So I can kind of tell some of them are people that have more than one account. And they're just trying to play around or whatever. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not really worried about it. I mean, it would be nice to be able to get well over 20K. But obviously, a lot of people aren't getting my notifications. Out of like the 20K or right under 20K, we're only probably getting, I would say, 100 or 150 people are probably getting them out of those. And then you're getting a certain amount that are coming into the room. I just got to keep working hard. I got to keep hustling. I got to keep grinding. Obviously, I don't have any other income coming in. So I'm going to keep working hard. I'm going to keep being positive. The haters are going to hate. And like I said, we have our knit core group of Fanatic family members. Obviously, it's always great to be able to, have newbies join. But, that type of fucking, verbiage and language and then turning on the Fanatic family just like that. We don't need people like that in here. So it's good that the true self came out there. That's facts. William Regal does not wrestle anymore, but I assume that he's going to be like a manager out there for in AEW circles. Too Cold Scorpio, absolutely, brother. Very, very high flying and athletic. I do. I know, crazy, right? I mean, I don't know if this is a young kid or if it's someone in their 20s or 30s, but I mean, people love to turn and be like that. So it is what it is, man. Yeah, but we need to gain probably like 40. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm not really too worried about it. I mean, like I said, at some point when it happens, it happens. But when I'm not getting the full support from YouTube with getting my stuff out there with notifications, like the number is pretty much irrelevant to me. I mean, as long as we got good people in the room, as long as I grind hard, put out good content, we have a great room of people, and as long as I can pay my rent and pay my bills with the donos, then I'm good. And then if we get extra, then I can do giveaways like I did for Cyberpunk 53, Holly Hundo with the starter jackets. I got Odin's son, 4 WWE or 3 AEW and an Undertaker WWE t-shirt. And then, like I said, we're going to be getting some more gifts for Xavier Williams, Kobe, as well as a Magic Johnson vintage t-shirts. I'll try to find something nice. And then I still got Shep with a jersey for a baseball jersey for the Braves. And there'll be a few others that I try to take care of. But I don't need to be rich by any means, but as long as I can just get my bills paid and have great people in the room, that's, it is what it is. So crazy, right, Marcos? I mean, you never know everyone's true colors. You know what I mean? That's facts. Yeah, seriously. You know what I mean? You're not going to disrespect me or the mods. And that's how it goes sometimes. These people are immature, and that's what happens. So sorry that happened, Sarah. Didn't mean to put the comment up there with what he said to you on there, but I felt that needs to be seen, obviously on the screen to people to realize that shit is not okay. Holly Hundo with a 50. Bang, 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 bang. Appreciate you. $84. Let's get to a hundo. Let's get there. $16 to one hundo. Said, keep that trash out of this room. Dude, seriously, and we don't usually have stuff like that. Usually, like the night that we hit 1,000 on the donos, we had some trolls come in. Some guy saying that he was going to beat me up if we were at a bar. Stop being so tough. I mean, and then you had the other kid saying he was 32, spell cheek, and he was just trolling the whole. I mean, I guess the more popular you get, or the more donos that people see you getting, and they get jealous about it and start hating on it. I don't know. I mean, all I know is I work hard. I have great fans. We try to show respect and appreciation for each other. And that's what we do. The R-Truth rap video on World Star, I did not. Is it worth? Do you have a link? If you can send me a link on Instagram or Twitter, I definitely will watch it. R-Truth has always been entertaining in WWE. Please send that to me, Terrence, on Twitter or Instagram. World Star. I mean, back in the day, World Star was known for just knocking people out. And then it would be on World Star, and then you would watch it, and then there would be like some crazy fights. So, Nate the Great, I saw your message earlier in the weekend. I hope everything is getting better for you. Like I said, relationships, whether you're dating or not dating, or just overall with work. I mean, there's a lot of stresses that are going on, in life. And I know you work really, really hard. And like I said, if anyone is going through any tough times, we have we have threads on Twitter. We obviously have the Fanatic family, the Northwest Wrestling Fanatics on the Discord. We also have the NWSF family on the Discord as well. So it's one of those cool things where if you guys want to end up putting some information on here, like with, gifts or memes or just merch or just you want to talk, I think it's nice to be able to have that as a kind of an outlet. So that way, if I'm not online doing a YouTube video, I might be online on the NWSF family or Northwest Wrestling Fanatics, and we can talk, or you can always send me something on Twitter or Instagram, but I'm always going to be here for people if they need me. Look, so we got Seth Rollins and KO and Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. These are like all my favorite guys all in one ring. What is going on here? Is WWE trying to win me back? Is that what's going on? I mean, the only other guys on there that I like that aren't in the ring are like Finn Balor and a couple others. Okay. The tag team titles. But Kevin Owens going to get Stone Cold. I pretty much knew that was going to happen because of the Stone Cold rumor of him obviously buying the ring. And why would you buy a ring before WrestleMania if you didn't have plans to wrestle around a little bit? He's not going to do anything high flying, but maybe some kicks in the corner, maybe a stunner. I assume that their Stone Cold is going to win that match. I don't think Kevin Owens is just going to win it. I mean, it'd probably mean more. I don't know. I mean, maybe Kevin Owens will Stone Cold stun, Stone Cold himself. I don't know. But, I mean, if Kevin Owens loses to Stone Cold, no one's going to care. You know what I mean? But I assume it's not going to be like a 20-minute match. And if it is, we're going to be in for a treat. But I don't know if Stone Cold's body can take 20 minutes of pounding from Kevin Owens, but you never know. If he's been training for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and this is like Stone Cold's last hurrah, maybe we'll get 10 to 20 minutes instead of 5 minutes, like a Brock Lesnar match typically. So I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm definitely going to be doing a WrestleMania live stream. It really sucks that I was able to miss AEW Revolution, but I might go back and buy it just to be able to see what happened. Jake Paul gave me crabs in the building. What to do? Appreciate you guys, man. And like I said, this isn't the first time that people have come after Sarah, and it's not acceptable. I had to do it with Young Nola. Obviously I had to do it with the Justin Wills. You know what I mean? It seems like I have to ban more and more people, but you're not going to get rid of Sarah. So she's the boss lady. She's the manager of the NWSF. So if you're going to come after me and you're going to come after Sarah and you're going to come after the mods, this is not going to be a good place for you. You know what I mean? You're going to get timed out or banned. And obviously I don't want to lose subs, but that behavior is unacceptable here. You can go do that shit somewhere else. You want to go to another YouTube fucking chat, you can do that, but you're not going to be able to do that shit here. That's facts. So we always got Sarah's back no matter what. She's the boss lady. So Too Cold was the first person I've seen do a 360 splash from top as a kid. Yes. Terrence, my boy. I know, dude. Yes. Yeah, it's from Too Cold Scorpio, man. The old school highlights, ECW and watching that old school highlights of him. Absolutely. I got some old DVDs with Too Cold Scorpio on there as well. That's facts. Oh, no problem. No problem. I don't know. I think he was a Chiefs fan, I believe. So I'm not sure if it was a long time sub or not, but in the last couple streams, he was kind of being a little weird and kind of aggressive, with some of the stuff that he was saying. But nothing really too crazy. But I don't know. I don't know if he's just in a bad mood today, or he's just having a bad day, or if he's drunk or on drugs, or what's going on. But I mean, if you're going to be someone that's donating to me, showing love, and then you get timed out or whatever happens there, and then all of a sudden you're going to, flip the script and say you're not going to donate to me anymore, and hope I fail, and good luck begging, and hope your channel never gets over 20K, and then has to throw the C word at Sarah. Like, dude, we don't need you. We don't need you, my dude. Yeah, we look after each other. So you just subbed with your 4 accounts. I will not be unsubscribing. Thank you. So that'll help get more subs on here. Like I said, some people, will help your boy out. Other people like to troll. Looks like we need 42. So it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not, I just got to keep grinding it out. All I know is I do put out good content. You know what I mean? Just go to World Star. Okay, I'll go. He said, I'm not going to link it. I'll go there. All right. Ron Killing set it off. Okay, I will watch it. Said, hey, NWSF, you're in the top 38,904 content creators on YouTube. Well, that's good to know. I mean, I don't get the views or the subs like all the greats do, but I do get probably more money per person on donations than anyone else based on how many people are in the room. Because I guarantee with 20 people or less, most people can't hit $200 to $1,000 in donos. So, I mean, at least we got that going for us, that the support is through the roof with the donos. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the first ones that I've seen that's toxic like that, but he was a Chiefs fan, but that's the first one that I've seen that's like that. Like I said, the Chiefs fans donate the heaviest on this channel as well as the Eagles fan base, so I'm not worried about one bad egg, so it's okay. All right, I'm finally caught up with the comments. All right, good to go. Yeah, so we got 42 subs to get to 20, but once we get there, then probably there'll be some more haters that, do their thing. So I'm not really worried about it. Once we get over that number, great. If we don't, and it takes a long time, whatever. As long as I got good people in the room, right, and we're still able to pay rent, pay bills, it's all good. Hefeng. Oh, did I ban Hefe too? Oh yeah, I guess we had another one. But it depends on how young you are too. If you're like 20 years old or younger, and you're going to be toxic and be like that, because I think most people that are 30 and up won't talk that way on here. You know what I mean? It's usually someone, that might be younger or whatnot. So, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 20. But usually people that are like 30 and up, they don't talk that way. You know what I mean? And if you're willing to flip like that on me over something so little and minimal, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need that here. But that was really surprising, right? I mean, like I said, I've had people badmouth me on the channel. I've had people badmouth Sarah on the channel, but not to that extent where you're going to flip out like that and say all these nasty things. But hey, I guess that's what I get for a Monday, right? That's what I get for a Monday. You never know. Spell cheek, Dustin. Yeah, him too. And Bigelow. Nice. Always love Bam Bam Bigelow. And we can do a quick recap. All right. Today we're drinking beer and we're talking NFL. And speaking of Bam Bam Bigelow, and Veda. All right. So I met Van Veda and Bigelow in Jersey. So my grandma worked with Bigelow when I was a kid. Dude, how lucky is that? All right. So obviously we have Bam Bam Bigelow. He's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Should have already been there years ago. One of my favorites. It's not like Earthquake and Typhoon, the natural disasters from back in the day. But we all remember Bam Bam Bigelow, one of my other favorites as well. But Veda, it's Veda, Tom. Had a lot of classic good matches. Shout out to Vader. And then just some other news that we were going over. Calvin Ridley getting caught gambling on his own team, as well as individual prop bets like Matt Ryan getting sacked in the second half in the red zone, as well as a few other bets with other teams. He's suspended for 1 year. You should have just bet with someone else's account, my guy, but it is what it is. It's now written in stone. Jesse Bates III gets the franchise tag, so we know that he wasn't going anywhere. One of the best safeties in football. I wish that he would come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Could you imagine if Honey Badger goes there with the Bengals? Because they're already talking about the Saints. I think the Saints might be a landing spot for him, though, for Honey Badger. But the Bengals would be another great landing spot if he does decide to leave the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, getting another safety to pair up with Jesse Bates III, or if he goes to Nolans. I mean, he did go to LSU, so going back home to the Saints could make sense. All right, and then David Njoku might have been maybe the most overrated tight end in the league. Doesn't really produce that much, but they gave him the franchise tag as well. He was the first this morning. Chris Godwin is going to be coming tomorrow, I believe, or very soon. I'm really stoked about that. Orlando Brown gets a franchise tag for the Chiefs. So a quick replay. Jesse Bates III, David Njoku, Orlando Brown. They get the franchise tags for the Bengals. Okay. The Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. Kyle Van Noy released, got signed to the Dolphins, got released, came back to the New England Patriots, and guess what? Released again. So I don't know why they're playing around with this man. He always, produces for New England, but they always find a way to get rid of a guy at the proper time, it seems like. So they got rid of Kyle Van Noy. Will he be back with the Pats? I'm not sure. You never know. If he takes less money, yes, but he'll probably be on another team. Today, Kyle Van Noy released by the Patriots. Tight end Jack Doyle retired today. So we got, 3 guys. They got the franchise tag. One guy that got suspended for a year for gambling. One guy that got released, and then one guy that retired, right? And Jack Doyle, salute to you in retirement, my brother. Vader going to the WWE Hall of Fame. And this money right here is the money I guess I'm not getting from Ben anymore because I am a bad person. All right, but it's okay, Ben. Don't worry about me and Sarah. We'll be quite all right without you. Salary cap in 2022, $208.2 million. It's up $25.7 million from last season. So it should be pretty good as far as teams being able to sign the players that they need moving forward. And guess what? Tommy won wingy. Pimpin'. Not Ben, though. All right, grab the beers. Beers for everyone except for Ben. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Man, you never know what's going to happen on a fucking Monday, huh? Unbelievable, man. All right, let me scroll down here. Hefe, yeah. Well, Hefe talked a lot of shit to me, too, when they were playing the Buccaneers. And, Ryan Trick, had his moments, you know what I mean? And everyone gets caught up with their teams and whatnot. It is what it is. Yeah, but I don't have any problems with the Chiefs fans whatsoever. Randy Orton coming in the ring. There we go. Clothesline. Another clothesline. Oh, there we go. Nice. Seth freaking Rollins. Nice nice little snap. Fucking body slam. Oh, is he trying to do the double right here? Oh, he's doing the double DDT outside of ropes. I don't get Raw until the West Coast time, so I'm just getting it right now. When you guys got it at 5 p.m. your time, I get it now. Double DDT. Awesome. Vintage Orton. I mean, he is so likable, man. He's good as a face. He's good as a heel. He's always one of my favorites. What's our take on Ridley and Murray? Well, for Kyler Murray, you know what I mean? Obviously, he wants a lot of money, and he's not worth it. I don't think he's worth $40-50 million. And for Ridley, if you're going to be betting, bro, bet with someone else's account, one of your homies. Don't bet under your name. and get caught. Let alone if you're going to bet, don't bet on your own team. I think he was betting on his own team to win a few games, and then he did that Matt Ryan prop bet that he was going to take a sack in the red zone in the third or fourth quarter. But so that notification is being pushed out as well. YouTube is always hating on all my fans. Like, I don't know why they do it, but it is what it is, man. All I know is I got a good core of people that are always going to be here. You got to realize I'm going to be online from 6 to 7 p.m., normally Monday through Friday, on the weekends around that same time, unless there's something going on like a football game or some kind of pay-per-view, unless I got to spend time with the GF or some other friends. So Matt Riddle coming in. Okay, man, no problem. Good seeing you in the building. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. It's okay. FanDuel or DraftKings, one of those, but then obviously someone saw that, and if they linked it to his actual account, I imagine someone snitched, because if they didn't care, I don't think that news comes out. But I'll probably assume someone saw it and then sent an email out to probably the Atlanta Falcons or to Goodell directly. Whether, I don't know if they thought they were going to get some kind of reward in return, but I'm pretty sure that somebody snitched from the FanDuel or the DraftKings, and then everything went downhill. Because if someone doesn't snitch, or if they have to end up paying Calvin Ridley, or is that the real Calvin Ridley, they probably had to investigate. You know what I mean? Because it's like they probably wouldn't have thought that someone would actually be betting on his own team, even if he's hurt. But so I heard Colts might get Ertz. Yeah, Ertz would be good for sure. Yes. A lot of funny business goes on, for sure. Garrett Griffin. You need somebody better, though. You guys are just like the Colts. You guys need better tight ends, better wide receivers moving forward. You guys got, quarterback issues. Jameis or Carson, we don't know. But what we do know is Jonathan Taylor's top 5, as well as AK-41 Alvin Kamara's top 5. Hopefully he stays out of jail with the whole beating up the guy in the elevator thing, right? You're going to have Michael Thomas back, and they got Michael Pittman. And so we'll see what you guys get from those guys. But the tight ends need to be a little bit better. Wide receiving core needs to be a little bit better. But the O-line is great. Obviously, you got, Ryan Ramczyk leading the things for the Saints. And you got Quentin Nelson running things for the Colts. Defense, phenomenal on both sides of the ball. Darius Leonard on one side with Kwity Paye and DeForest Buckner, as well as Demario Davis and Cameron Jordan and Lattimore. So if you really look at it, the Saints and the Colts are essentially the same team. They're very, very good. And both teams can go very, very far. They're just missing a couple pieces. And if you get those pieces squared away, quarterback, wide receivers, tight ends, who's to say that the Saints and the Colts can't make an AFC championship game or NFC championship game appearance in the next 3 to 4 years? But you got to be able to get those pieces there. You know what I mean? Like, let's say Russell Wilson goes to the Saints. You don't think they're going to be considered the best team in the NFC? Of course they will be. You know what I mean? Because they already got all these amazing pieces there. Now, can Russell Wilson go to the Saints? Probably not, based off the cap and everything that they got going on there. Sounds like he might just be staying there. But, that's just an example. Like, if you end up bringing a player like that with the roster that they already have, they're going to be considered not only one of the best teams in the NFC, if not the best team with the Rams and the Niners, but they're going to be considered one of the best in the NFL, even compared to the AFC teams. So they only need a few more pieces, but they do need wide receiver help, Colts and Saints, and better tight end help, and that's big facts. But once you get that figured out, and the quarterback, I think that there's a lot of upside for both of those teams moving forward. And I'm a Bucs fan, so I don't need to hate for any reason. Bigelow. Yeah, dude, Bam Bam had some great matches, though, back with ECW with Rob Van Dam, because Bam Bam Bigelow had the ECW heavyweight championship, and then he kind of put RVD over, and then he even had matches where he fell through the ring. If you go back and look at old Bam Bam stuff, he just wasn't in WWF. He actually wrestled quite a bit all around in some of the other federations. So go back and do your research with Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow, and a lot of these guys, they didn't wrestle in just one federation. So the backflip off the top rope, yes, right? Exactly. Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams is nice. Ever since he got burnt, in the Minneapolis Miracle by Diggs, he really has been a very good player. And I'm a Bucks fan, and I could easily be a hater, like we saw Ben being a hater earlier, but I'm not. I call it how I see it. I mean, would I think that Marcus Williams could be benefiting my team on the Bucks? Yeah. So as long as I see someone getting better, even if they're on the rival team, there's no purpose of me talking shit, because that's just immature behavior. A lot of people out there are fucking immature. There's a lot of people out there that are haters, but I try to look at it from a different perspective. Like, if this guy was on my team, would I like him? And, even though they're not on my team right now, that doesn't mean that they won't be on my team in the future. You just never know, moving forward. Yeah, we're going to see Jeff Hardy in AEW with Matt here very shortly. I assume that he didn't show up just yet in Revolution, but we did see Swerve Scott, a.k.a. Swerve Strickland, and we also saw William Regal debut at AEW Revolution, which is awesome. Harold Landry, I'm pretty sure that he's going to get the tag. He played great right there in the end of the year and in the postseason. He is a sack machine. I would love to have Harold Landry on my team, so I think that it might be something that happens. $16 away from one hundo. You have to go to the subscriptions to find. See, sometimes on the subscriptions, when you sub to a channel, it gives you you sub, and then you have to hit the bell, and it gives you like two options, like for all content. So sometimes you got to click on that. But I know I have friends that have even clicked on all notifications. On any notification I do, you hit the bell, and it gives you every single thing that I do. It should pop up on your phone or on the computer, and still sometimes it doesn't. So sometimes you got to modify that, but it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, I was a Bucks fan for the longest time. I still am. And obviously I knew the window was going to be short, but it was just kind of funny to see the Saints fans clown me, with Jameis Winston. And I was even clowning myself and just how bad Jameis was. And then as soon as they got him, they were, defending him to the death. How great Jameis is before he even took a snap for him. But then when game one happened against the Packers, they're like, see? Well, we knew that he wasn't going to do that every game. But I knew with the team and obviously with the LASIK, I mean, shit, if he would have had LASIK when he was in Tampa, we probably still would have had him. And I would have been okay. You know what I mean? If we would have been going to the playoffs and maybe not winning Super Bowls like we did with Brady. So everything happens for a reason. But I mean, if he just played good football for me and didn't turn the football as much, I would have been okay as Jameis with my quarterback. But I think the immaturity off the field and the antics that he did to get in trouble, that's why I didn't really like him. So, but I think he made a good fit and a good choice with the Saints. Mr. Williams, yes, I did go but for about 3 to 4 hours. It was a little bit smaller than I anticipated. I was hoping that the room was going to be a little bit bigger, but I think these guys have been waiting to open this place up for a while. So some of the games were a little older, but they had Mortal Kombat 2, 3, 4, NBA Jam. I told them, you got to get NBA Hang Time and NFL Blitz, but they probably have so much money that they have to make before they upgrade some of the machines. But they had The Walking Dead, and then they had some other like shooter games. Cruising USA was fun. I played that. They also had like the Hydro game where you're like a hovercraft on the water, and that was fun. Street Fighter games, and so they had a little bit of everything. And we went in there and we played the Simpsons. We played the Simpsons arcade game first, and we beat it. And that was the first time I've ever beaten the Simpsons. We probably had to put in, if we had to put in quarters, probably $20 or $30, but it was free. It was $8 unlimited, but it was over 10 levels, and we played on that machine for an hour. So it was a long time. I was Bart, he was Homer, and we ended up beating the game, which was very cool. And then we had an epic NBA Jam game where he was the Blazers with Drexler and Porter. I was Reggie Miller and Detlef Schrempf, and I was beating him the whole game. He came back in the fourth quarter. I had the last shot, and I bricked it at the end, and he won by 1 point. So I thought I was going to win with Reggie with the deep three, but it was always fun. And me and him are very good at NBA Jam, NBA Hang Time, and NFL Blitz. So I don't mind losing to one of my best friends by one. Obviously I gave him a high five after. It was epic. And we're going to go back again, and like for $8 for unlimited play. But when it gets packed in there, you have to wait to get your turn to play the good games. And so sometimes you're outside, getting a breather. They don't serve alcohol in there. Obviously, they want to appeal it to the kids. But hopefully they end up getting a second building that they can open up or get some better games in there. But they had enough good games to make it worth it. And I had a good time seeing my friend. And that was the whole point, catching up. and being able to, talk and hang out and play some games together. And you got to wear a mask in there still. So I was getting sweaty, wearing the mask, playing the game. Not really ideal, when you're in there, fucking wearing a mask, playing an arcade game. But luckily they had the doors open, so it wasn't hot in there at all. So, yeah, and Eric Roman, yeah. You got 3 people that you like. There you go. Mr. Williams, my buddy. What to do? Eric Redbeard, yes. Yeah, we always have, like I said, Mr. Williams, we always have some kind of drama, it seems like, as of late. You know what I mean? But it's okay. You know what I mean? You're going to have good people. You're going to have, bad people that come through. So. Let me check. I don't think so. I don't think we have any, but let's check. We're sitting at $83 on the Cash App, and then I think 99 cents from you on the YouTube super chat there. So normally, it all depends on who's in the room and what we get. Normally it's somewhere between 200 and 1,000, depending on who's in the room and what's going on. But we had one bad seed in here earlier, but we took care of that, and then he came back with an alternate account and made some messages, and then we banned that account as well. And so I guess we'll have to wait and see if another account pops up. But we don't play around with stuff like that. But it shows you, and it's not even from just someone that came in to be able to talk in the chat. It was someone that actually donated to the channel too, which is really rare. So you're going to donate, $10, $20, $5 here and there, and then all of a sudden someone puts you in timeout. And then you're going to go crazy and then say that you're never going to donate to me again, even though I didn't do anything, right? And then you're going to be able to say, some curse words at Sarah. And then on top of that, you're going to hope that I never get to 20K and that you're never going to donate again and good luck begging and all that. It's like people are so fake nowadays. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden you can act like you're one of the Fanatic family members and fans. And then with a blink of an eye, you're going to just go 360. Like, we don't need people like that. Fanatic family members are supposed to be people that have our backs forever. But like I said, sometimes you don't know the true colors of people that you're even working with. Right? You think that everything is cool, and then they badmouth you behind your back. So, that's just kind of how it goes, right? That's kind of how it goes. All right, we still got all kinds of crazy action on Raw here. All kinds of bodies down on the floor. Otis is on the floor. KO. We got Matt Riddle in the ring here. So a lot of you guys already got a chance to watch Raw. And I'm just getting a chance to get back into watching Raw, SmackDown, NXT. And I missed AEW Revolution. I'm pretty pissed about that. Didn't get to watch the NASCAR race either, but it's okay. Sometimes you got to be able to make time for the other people that are out there. GF, obviously my boy Justin Graves went to the arcade, so it is what it is. I appreciate that. Fly Eagles fly, brother. Some people can do it all the time. Some people can do it when they can, and if you can't do it, it's still okay. You know what I mean? So we're gonna figure that out. So Elliot, did you end up getting your debit card or Cash App card situation? Did you look into that yet? Because I know you were eating fingernails and things were a little tight with groceries and just money in general. So I don't know if anything has happened since the last stream when I told you on Friday. If things are that tough for you and you're, I don't want you eating fingernails for dinner. You know what I mean? But I can always, send some money your way, to make things a little bit easier. When you're a Fanatic family, you're family for life. So you got to let me know once you get your card situation taken care of so I can send you something. Odin son, all right, brother. I'll end up seeing you tomorrow. I'll be back in the building. So absolutely what's a triple threat Jurassic Express, Red Dragon Young. Oh, man. I imagine that was incredible. I imagine that was fucking incredible. All right, we got a couple Cash Apps here from some Chief fans that aren't going to turn their backs on me ever. All right, we got Holly Hundo with a 17er. We got a Chief Will Chief with a 5er. Appreciate that. So we got a 5er from Chief Will Chief right there. Thank you. We got a Holly Hundo. So we got some Chiefs fans in here that won't turn their back on me. Holly Hundo. Holly Hundo with a 17er. Bang, 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 bang. Appreciate you, Holly. And then we got another dono in here. Let's take a look. Chief Gone Chief with a 15er. Oh, my God. Chief Will Chief and Chief Gone Chief. You're the same person, right? I assume you're the same person. You let me know in the chat. Let me know. But I'm pretty sure you are the same person, right? You just changed your name from Chief Gone Chief to Chief Will Chief with the super sticker. So did you donate twice? Oh, my boy's donating twice, I think. Just like Xavier Williams usually does. Appreciate you. See, the Chiefs fans are always like the most supporting fans. So it's just kind of weird to have one, turn their back on me like that. But, oh, they just pinned him. Wow. No. RK Bro. No way. RK Bro just won? Wow. Okay, I figured you're the same one. Thank you, brother. I think because I know you changed the name and obviously what it shows on like the Cash App on there, but I was like, okay, I can't be this out of the loop. I've already been hated on earlier today. All right, we got to be able to move forward. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, that's very, very nice of you to be able to do a little bit on the Cash App and then do some on there as well. There we go. And then we got another Chiefs fan that's never going to turn their back on me either. We got Cyberpunk 53 with a 25er. So, hey, we lose Ben forever, and we still have the rest of the Chiefs fans stepping up. So, thank you. Yeah, Ben will not be getting a starter jacket from me ever. Sorry, Ben, you're not getting one. There we go. There we go. Appreciate you guys. Let's go back here with the donos. Let's just start back from where we were at here. The Ben Ganushi or whatever the name was, and then he came in with another name on an alternate account and was hating on me and Sarah or whatever. But I don't think he's been here for a long time. Maybe he subbed back then, but as far as being in the chats, he wasn't in here that long. As far as I know, maybe like 6 months or less, I would assume, or 3 months or less. But it is what it is. Apparently, he doesn't want me to succeed now, so that's okay. Chief Gone Chief with a $5. Appreciate you. That started it off. Then Holly Hundo with a $17 on the Cash App, but has to be careful. You got to be careful, all right, because the bank might cut you off. But I appreciate you very, very much. Always supporting me. Always, always, always. Okay. And then on top of that, Chief Gone Chief with a $15 dono on top of the $5 that he just did. Thank you so much. And then Cyberpunk with a $25 on the Cash App. Bang, 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 bang. Appreciate you. Let's go. Jake Paul gave me crabs. Bang, 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 bang. $20. It's a dono train, bang, bang. Thank you guys. I mean, for all the stress of not being able, to be able to do AEW, because you got to think on Saturday and Sunday, I missed out probably. I mean, I don't know. I mean, somewhere between 600 and maybe like 1,000, in donos, and just being able to hang out with you guys and watch NASCAR, watch AEW, as well as, doing something on Saturday night. So I apologize for me missing out. But thank you guys for being able to, be you and supporting me. You guys are always amazing people. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Thank you. Shout out to Sarah Small, $8. Eagles John, $20. Odin's Child, Odin's Son, $5. Holly Hundo, $50. Holly Hundo, $17. Chief Gone Chief, $15. And Cyberpunk, $53, $25. And that's just on the Cash App, not letting everything else on the room, like Jake Paul gave me crabs as well. And Sarah Small, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys very, very much. This much fun as I'm having right now in this ring with my partner, RK Bro. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, and I'm going to say the F word. It's a word I've never said in 20 years, and I've been here over 20 years. I'm going to say the F word. I'm going to say that this man is my friend. And I'm going to out here with anyone else. Randy Orton, baby. Ladies and gentlemen. Orton. Kevin Owens. Well, obviously Kevin Owens losing, that opens up the door, obviously, to challenge Stone Cold at WrestleMania. So we knew this was going to happen. What are we sitting at right now? 166 in donos. There we go. So what, $34 more to hit the goal, to hit the 200? We can definitely do that. So how was the trip? I mean, obviously we've been able to kind of hang out and talk and whatnot. How was the trip there in Chicago, Holly? Did you get to eat wingies? Did you get to eat pizza? I know you're probably sightseeing and doing some other things out there, but was this you? Was this you on, was that me? I mean, like, what kind of food did you eat? Did you get some pizza? You get some deep dish? Did you drink some beers? Did you have some wingies? Tommy want wingy, right? I imagine there were some refreshments that were consumed and some wingies that were eaten, huh? Some pizza as well, I imagine, right? I assume so. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to let one bad egg. And usually if we get Chiefs fans that are toxic, they're usually young. They're usually like 20 years or younger, but maybe, somewhere between 10 and 20 years old. I mean, it's going to be rare to have someone that's a little bit older that's going to talk to me that way or talk to Sarah that way. So it is what it is. But shout out to all the great Chiefs fans that aren't going to turn their back on me. Like I said, I can always count on you amazing people to be here. We're going to have a great time and enjoy each other's company, and that's big facts. And obviously from today's show, we obviously know with Calvin Ridley being suspended for 1 year, which is a pretty fucking hefty suspension, but he bet on the Falcons. Most of the bets, I think, were for him to win, for the Falcons to win. And then obviously some questionable things, obviously like Matt Ryan getting sacked in the red zone. So I don't know. We'll have to get the rest of the information out there as well. Dana Brooke looking good. Looks like she lost a lot of weight. Her face, I don't know if she got plastic surgery also, but her face and her body, she looks like she's lost, I don't know how many pounds. I'm not sure if she had plastic surgery as well, but she lost a lot. 20, 30, 40 pounds, maybe more. She's on the TV right now. Dana Brooke, Tamina, 24/7 championship. Jesse Bates III got the franchise tag for the Bengals. David Njoku got the franchise tag for the Cleveland Browns. Orlando Brown got the franchise tag for the Chiefs. Kyle Van Noy got released by the Patriots today. Tight end Jack Doyle retired today. Vader got the 2022 Hall of Fame WWE induction. And then the salary cap in 2022 is $208.2 million, up $25.7 million from last year. So there should be more movement, obviously, moving forward. And I guess this will be the donations that I don't get from Ben ever again because I'm not a good person. Oh, baby. Love you guys. Chiefs fans in the building. The best fans on planet Earth, baby. Matt Payton, what to do? All the way from Hawaii. How are you, brother? How's that weather out there? Talked to one of my good buddies, Brett, who's in D.C. He actually tried to, kind of do like the FaceTime type thing, and I wasn't available on Saturday. I was a little too faded. I was almost going to stream Saturday night, but when I get to a point, if I'm too faded, if I'm too high on gummies, or if I'm just too drunk, or not even really drunk, I want to say too buzzed. Like, you know what I mean? If I want to be able to talk to you, go over the donos, interact properly. And I don't want to get to a point where I'm just like out of it and then streaming. I know a lot of y'all probably would love to see that. And maybe I will at some point, me and my element. But, if I feel like I'm just too far gone and I'm just, hanging out with a girlfriend or friends, then usually I'd say, like, I'll get it set up and then I'll be like, maybe I should just wait. And then usually I just do wait. So Saturday was like kind of a 50-50 thing where I almost started streaming late, but I was like drinking and eating gummies, and the gummies were hitting me pretty hard. So I was like, it's okay. I'll wait. And then I was planning on doing Sunday, but things came up and got to spend some time, with the GF and, watch some shows, Lord of the Rings. And I didn't get a chance to end up watching the NASCAR race, which I wanted to watch, but AEW, I really wanted to watch AEW, but obviously if you stay up a little bit too late the night before, and if you drink too much, or, that kind of hangover feeling that you have, either with, gummies or weed or with beers or liquor, sometimes you just needed to have a day for yourself to kind of catch up on things. So it is what it is. But like I said, I'm here. And like I said, I'm going to try to stream as much as I can, but there does need to be a balance between me and the GF and the friends. But I did get to go to that arcade, and the arcade was fun. And I got to see my friend, and they didn't have some of the games that I really wanted to play. No Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, no WrestleFest. WrestleFest is one of my favorites. No NBA Hang Time or NFL Blitz, but there was NBA Jam. There was Cruising USA. There was the Hydro Thunder, which is like kind of like the boat game, which is really fun actually with 2 players. Same thing with Cruising USA. Tekken Tag was there. That was fun. Mortal Kombat 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4 were there. Street Fighter was there. So there was still enough there. The Simpsons arcade game was there. So we definitely had fun, and we beat the Simpsons. That was the only game that we beat, but we've always played it, but we never had enough quarters or nickels to beat the game. And I didn't realize there was like 10 levels. Me and him have always gotten to like the 4th or 5th level, and then we quit and we go somewhere else. But with this one, it's $8 unlimited play. And we were like, fuck it, let's try to beat this. So that was the first game that we played. And we were on it for an hour, and the final bosses are Smithers and then Mr. Burns. But Mr. Burns is like in this robot suit, so you have to like beat his ass until like the suit breaks apart, and then you got to beat him as he's an old man, and it takes some time to be able to get to him. But hey, it was fun, and we beat it, and it was awesome. Anytime you can beat an arcade game, it gives you a good feeling. Matt Payton, my boy, I appreciate you. Colts will get Zach Ertz. That would be great. That'd be a good upgrade for them. Cole's in the building. Chief going, Chief. We got lots of Chiefs fans in here, man. Chiefs fans support me the most out of all the teams in the NFL that I like watching. Besides, me watching my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it's definitely the Chiefs. I like Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek. I love the offensive line, defense, Andy Reid, Spagnuolo. All the Chiefs. I mean, anyone that watches this channel, you already know what kind of representation that we have with the Chiefs, okay? I always show all the love to the Chiefs fans. All right, for all they do for your boy. All right, old school stuff, new school stuff. Look at that beanie. Look at that beanie, Holly. I'm still looking for it. All right, I'm still looking for it. But the Chiefs fans are always doing good things for me. So I got to make sure that they know that they're loved. You know what I mean? Especially Holly. Appreciate you. And I even go some throwbacks for all you guys that donated. This is all for you guys. All the Chiefs fans that were good to me. Not like Ben Ganoush. All right. We don't need Ben Ganoush to be a douche canoe, all right, here on the channel, all right? And I think we're better off without him, okay? Oh, Christian Okoye, Nigerian Nightmare. Look at the shoulder pads. Look at the Broncos. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. High fives to all the Chiefs fans that don't turn their back on me. Appreciate you guys. And then I'll go through another scale of photos. I got more Chiefs photos on my computer than like anything. Because I got to show the love. Anytime I do streaming, I do live play-by-play and reactions. This might be the guy that might not be on the team anymore and might be on the Saints, but we'll have to kind of wait and see. All the love. Andy Reid looking at you, baby. Chiefs. Harrison butt kicker. Chiefs. Just like the new world order. For life, brother. Oh, yeah. You know it, baby. We just like the NWO. New world order. For life, brother. Oh, yeah. That's what we are, baby. We're the fanatic family, baby. Okay? Sometimes you get a bad seed once in a while. But we have a way to figure that out. This is for my boy, Jake Paul gave me crabs. All right, I know he loves David Robinson as well. So I got some of these saved and queued up on the computer for you as well. Robinson, Hakeem Shaq. No one does a stream like your boy. I'm the originator, all right? Often imitated, never duplicated. I mean, Peter Schrager steals my material with Uncle Mo, Uncle Momentum, Madden with the sack lunch, and a lot of other haters that just don't want to see me win. Win. Pimpin', baby. Tommy One Wing E. All right? Appreciate you guys. Much love. Oh, really? Chiefs bar called Tunes. Wow, how was it? Holly Hundo, do you know Cole? It sounds like you know him. You guys end up because I know you have like the different podcasts. I know that you guys typically watch, and I see your tweets on there. So I'm not sure if that's where he is from or if you know him from somewhere else. But anytime you tweet something out, Monday Night Q&A with Ryan Tracy NFL and In Harm's Way 19 for the Chiefs offseason combine talk. So I'm not sure if Cole is from there, but obviously it sounds like you know each other. And I'm glad that you're in the building. Awesome. I'm not sure how Cole found the channel or if you invited him, but like I said, I got a lot of Chiefs knowledge. I've been following football since 1985. All the teams, all 32, no bias, do college football, AEW, WWE, NBA, college basketball, MLB, a little bit of everything on the channel, but that's awesome when we can get another. We lose one Chiefs, then, Kingdom guy, and we gain another one. So that's awesome. Welcome to the channel, Cole. Welcome to the channel, brother. Brother. Is this the guy right here? Are you back again? Because this is something that the guy would do. Don't know if it's you, but that's something that you would do. No pizza, huh? Oh, okay. Well, hopefully you ate well. Streets of Rage. Yeah, no Streets of Rage at the arcade. All right, man. Enjoy WWE 2022, my brother. Chief will Chief. Wade Brain, 26. What do you think Tampa's going to do to replace Brady? Well, honestly, we already know that the Super Bowl run is over. All right, if we franchise tag Godwin, which it sounds like we're going to do, Carlton Davis there behind me on my back left or back right, depending on how you're looking at me on the screen, I might end up losing him. We're going to lose a lot of pieces. It's going to be Kyle Trask, Blaine Gabbert, or if they get someone, obviously in free agency, I don't know if they'll draft another quarterback. So it's tough. I don't think either one of them is good enough to lead us to the playoffs. Gabbert or, the rookie from last season, Trask. But, I mean, you never know. But I would love to be able to try to get, like Russell Wilson or a Deshaun Watson if you don't have those legal problems or legal troubles. But, I mean, I don't really know, what's going to be available. But if Gardner Minshew is available, that's my number one choice. If I can get Gardner Minshew to come to Tampa, that's who I would want. That's going to be better than Kyle Trask and better than Blaine Gabbert, in my personal opinion. So, a friend of my parents actually dated the Nigerian Nightmare back in the 80s. No fucking way. Now I got to put the Nigerian Nightmare back on the screen. All right, because, your boy's always going to be able to take care of the fans. That's Derek Thomas. There we go. Nigerian Nightmare, Christian Okoye. Always one of my favorites. I mean, look at the shoulders on him. I mean, could play halfback, fullback, fantastic player. And then compared to, let's take a look at his shoulder pads here. The only one that's got bigger shoulder pads than Nigerian Nightmare is one of our fans, Odin's son, Odin's child, who coincidentally is a Chiefs Kingdom member as well. He also loves Notre Dame football. Look at Jerome Bettis. They call him the bus for a reason. I've never seen anyone with bigger pads than this. That's the most epic photo. Look at this photo. Look at that one. That's pretty big. Pretty massive dude, but then you look at Bettis and you're like, wow, that looks like a little kid compared to Jerome Bettis and those shoulder pads. But Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare, as well as Derek Thomas, those are two of my favorite old school Kansas City Chiefs, because obviously I follow all the teams, and I got a love for the Chiefs. Chiefs fans, take care of me here. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Beautiful trophy. Hey, and I'm saving all of them, and I keep adding to them. So I got to delete a lot of the other photos I got, and I keep stacking the Chiefs pictures on here because, I mean, pretty much if you're donating, I'm going to be able to show some love, with some of the, pictures that I love that I can find on the internets and the interwebs, and I'm going to keep adding more and more of the Chiefs. Did you? Tommy Townsend socks to Chicago, baby. Let's go. I know Elliot Evans met Kevin Nash, right? And you met Jeff Hardy, because I asked him. He sent me the photos, right? You can put them in the Discord, but he's like, "Oh, I'm a Jeff Hardy fan. I met him." And then he's like, "And then I met this other guy named Kevin." I was like, "Who? Kevin Nash?" I was like, "Kevin Nash is a little bit bigger than Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's huge, but I think Kevin Nash is known as, I mean, he's like NWO. He's Diesel. I mean, but I guess in your era, you're a little bit younger, so you didn't really get to see Kevin Nash do Kevin Nash things. You have more of watching, Jeff Hardy in the ring." So yeah, I've seen some of the intros, but obviously I haven't played it or anything yet. Mountain Football in the building. What to do? Okay, awesome. It's always good to have more, Chiefs Kingdom people in the building and whatnot. And then obviously, let me see here. And I got another Chiefs guy on here too. Hold on. One sec. Yeah, crazy. Tay Diggs. Like, how the hell do you find me, Tay Diggs? Jose Canseco, John Cena. You never know who's going to find you on social media. I'm trying to find the name of this other Chiefs guy that you guys all know. I just have to scroll. Big Chief Sean, right? You guys know about Big Chief Sean, right? Everyone knows Big Chief Sean. Yeah, we follow each other too, so yeah, it's cool, man. It's always cool, to be able to, have those relationships, with certain people and being able to grow and whatnot. So Chiefs fans are great. Every once in a while, you'll get a hater like we had earlier today, but then it looks like we get another GOAT in the room, so it's awesome. Devontae Adams stays in Green Bay. Armstead to the Dolphins. Godwin stays in Tampa. Von Miller was talking about possibly going back to Denver. I saw that. He said Chandler Jones to the Seahawks. JC stays in New England. Ooh, I don't know. JC might be going somewhere else. Wade Brain. Gardner Minshew. I mean, it's not going to lead us to a Super Bowl. We probably will never win another Super Bowl ever again. We're losing a lot of talent. I know this. I'm not stupid. We had a great run. We had a great run. But Elliot, Elliot just posted inside the Discord with him and Jeff Hardy and him and Kevin Nash, and these are fucking epic. So if you guys are available, hop on the Discord, go to the NWSF. You can go to the NWSF family, or you can go to the Northwest Wrestling Fanatics. I mean, I think he's in. I don't know if he's in the other one as well. You should join the Northwest Wrestling Fanatics one too, Elliot. But you can take a look. Me and the Goats. That's so awesome, bro. Fire. Love it, dude. Elliot just posted in there. So if you want to take a look of young Elliot with Jeff Hardy and Kevin Nash, it's fucking epic. Oh, you the man, brother. So I don't care where Von Miller plays his last actual game. He needs to retire a Bronco. Exactly. And it is not just like for a one-game thing or, I'm a one game, I'm retiring. He still has game left. So I think he should go back. I mean, he got his ring. And it would be nice to see him back there in Denver. I don't know how many years he has left, but probably a couple. Stack some chips, add a little money. But yeah, it is awesome. It is awesome. Kevin Nash, Elliot, and Kevin Nash. Oh, baby, and Jeff Hardy and fucking Elliot. Little ass Elliot. Look at Elliot. Elliot looks so innocent and young there. He's like, where am I? He doesn't even know where he is right now. Flex on him, E-Dog. Flex on him. Oh, baby. You just want one Super Bowl for your Buffalo Bills. Well, you'll get one eventually. All right. Once you guys actually get a running back, I've been saying this for years and years and years. You need someone better than Singletary, better than Zach Moss, better than fucking Breida. And once you get that, that's less pressure on Josh Allen having to use his legs. He can go through his progressions. The defense is there, but still needs to be firmed up with some more pieces. All right. They're usually a pretty good defense, but you can add more pieces to it. Add some more pieces to the O-line. Maybe another weapon if Cole Beasley leaves. All right. But they're close. They're getting closer and closer. The Bills, the Niners are kind of on the cusp, and they might end up playing each other in the Super Bowl next year. But until you get a solid running back, the Chiefs might be needing one better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire as well. He might be like an RB2, but we'll have to kind of wait and see with the fumbling problems and how they use him effectively this upcoming season. But it seems like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I mean, if you guys had a choice between Jonathan Taylor and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you should have went Jonathan Taylor, but that's hearsay, or, that's, you can't go back in time after, obviously what had happened, but it sounded like Eric Bieniemy wanted Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and he played great in college, but maybe he capped out in college, and then maybe Jonathan Taylor was just getting into his prime and hadn't really hit his ceiling just yet. But I think if you looked at both the running backs, one was more of like a gimmick running back, and then the other one was more of a three-down back. Because anytime I watch Clyde Edwards-Helaire, even though he dominated with that LSU team with Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, we saw how great they were. But I always thought Jonathan Taylor was more of the pure three-down running back. But obviously, it's how the Chiefs can utilize their players. I would like to see them get another wide receiver better than McCole Hardman, so that way they can have him play the wide receiver 3 role. If you can get someone else there, like an Allen Robinson at wide receiver 2, that could be huge for you guys moving forward. No lack of eating over the weekend. So did you go to the south side? Did you end up going to like the sketch area, or did you guys stay into like the safe areas in Chicago? Did you go here? Did you go here? Because we know in certain parts of Illinois, all right, in Chicago, it's a little scary out there. I went there. I was scared. It was kind of a scary place. I went there. I went to a Bulls game, saw the Warriors, got to see the, obviously Soldier Field. All right. Got to see a little bit of Ridley. Didn't get to go inside, though, because it was for business and whatnot through the job I was at. But, there are some nice places out there, but the bar scene is really cool. Restaurants are very cool out there. They know how to party out there, let me tell you. I had one guy, I was out there when they played Utah in the Pac-12 championship. So I was wearing Green Apple Herbert jersey, Green Apple sweats, Green Apple Dames, right? Green Apple hat. I had everything Green Apple. So I wasn't like a gangbanger out there. I was not like a blood or crip, but I stood out. So when I went to this Chicago bar, people were buying me beers, like Jello shots. Like I had one guy in there that spent like $100 on me. He's like, dude, you're from Oregon? Dope. And then he just like bought me, he was just partying with his boys and a couple girls or whatever. And he's just like, boom. He's like, you want some? And he was just like handing out drinks to me and like the rest of the crew. I was like, wow, what hospitality. You know what I mean? Especially for being a guy that was a visitor, wearing the Green Apple from top to bottom. But the Ducks did win the Pac-12 championship against Utah that year. So that was pretty special. I was actually watching the game on my phone more than the game with the Bulls and the Warriors when we were in the game. Because normally I was going to stay in the hotel and not even go to the game, but I know my bosses would have been pissed if I did that. So the hater raid. Yeah, we don't get too many haters in the building, but every once in a while. The Brittany Griner situation. Inform me. I have not heard anything about Brittany Griner. I've been taking my dog on walks. I took her to the groomer today to get obviously her nails clipped and shampooed. So I've been reading as much as I can about free agency, the NASCAR race, and AEW Revolution, but I have not heard anything about that. And there's my baby right there. There's my baby, Paisley. How cute is that, huh? It's like the cutest baby of all time. She's a little bit more grown up now, but she's still beautiful. She's got a beautiful face, and I love her. It's my baby, Paisley. Paisley pup. Paisley pup. Mike Williams will stay in L.A. I don't know about that. Marcus Williams to the Chiefs. Interesting. Allen Robinson to the Falcons or Packers. Ryan Jensen stays in Tampa. I don't think Ryan's staying in Tampa. I think he might be going to the Bengals. I don't think he's staying, brother. I hope he stays, but that's what your gut told. It's a pretty good list. That's a pretty good list from Hawaii, my brother. All right, but I don't know. I don't know about that. We'll see. And I think that the Falcons are going to draft a wide receiver. They're not going to go for Allen Robinson. All right, The Miz, and who is this? Jake Paul? Logan Paul. Unbelievable. Yeah, what happened? Did she say some fucked up remarks or what happened? Something happened. Let me know. I didn't see any news on that just yet. Robinson to India or DJ Shark. Well, he's probably just doing it off, the top, And I don't think Mike Williams is going to stay in LA either. I think a lot of these guys are going to go to different teams. I hope Ryan Jensen stays, but I don't think he will. I hope he does. I pray that he does, but I don't think he will. Haterade triggers Tommy Watt wingy and everyone wins, right? No Steve Atwater with the Okoye pick. Let's go back. I don't think he was in there on that tackle, but I can look on the internets and the interwebs to see if we can find one because Atwater was just slamming people around. Let's look. No, because he's the reason. See, you got Mecklenburg and shit in there, and you got 49 in there, right? So at this point in the photo, Atwater is still back there. He's about to fucking, go head to head with Okoye. So he's just getting ready. He's like on a running start, like where we are, where we're looking on the screen, and we're about to blast Okoye right there, right? But he's not in the photo because this is the first and second level of the line. He's not in there just yet. So give it maybe 2 or 3 more seconds, and then the picture's taken, and then definitely Steve Atwater is in the picture. And that's one of the greatest safeties of all time. Denver Broncos. That's facts.
Okay. 'Cause, you know, I mean, I think, you know, 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 I think,
All right, so you're back again, huh? I assume that is the same person from before. You know, you can't quit, huh? The third profile? I appreciate you, brother. All right. That's sad when someone has to come back for the third time. You know what I mean? They come back once, and then they come back twice, and then they come back 3 times. I love it, man. You know, these haters are something else today, huh? It's like, dude, if you hate me so much, right, and you donated money to my channel to help me, you know, be able to pay bills and, you know, with all the content and the hard work that I put out, and then you have one little thing that happens, and then you have to create 3 profiles, and you can't quit. I mean, don't you got anything better to do? You already said that you don't want to support me anymore, but let alone you keep coming back with profiles. You don't want to donate to me anymore, that's fine. If you don't want to sub to me anymore, or I block you and you don't sub anymore, that's fine. All right. But you don't have to keep going on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that decided that you didn't want to be a part of this channel anymore, not me. Okay. So stop begging and trying to come back and make comments because you're not coming back. All right. You've already done what you've done. All right. These people are just so petty, dude. You know what I mean? Like someone is actually trying to work hard and make a living. And then you always get these fucking people that just hate themselves, hate their fucking lives, and just have to fucking try to piss on everyone else, dude. It's sad, dude. Go somewhere else, brother. We don't need you here. Unbelievable, dude. 4 falls of football. Yeah, Big Chief Sean, baby. Yeah. So what happened with her? What happened with her? Is she in Russia or something? She's stuck there, or what's going on? Yeah. So I'm connected to a lot of the good, you know, great Chiefs people, you know, on Twitter, Instagram, and it's just nice to be able to be linked up, you know, with good people. Let alone you get Ben Ganoush being a douche canoe, making 3 different fucking profiles. That's like, it's okay, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it took a long time for me to hit these numbers. I've been grinding for 10 years. I'm finally at a point where I can actually, you know, survive and pay bills and not have to work a second or third job. These people, man, it's like, why did you even come here to begin with, dude? You're giving the Chiefs a bad name. So luckily you only have 1 bad seed. We already know the Chiefs Kingdom is great people. So yeah, I'll send him a message. I'll send him a message, actually. Hold on. Oh, we got another dono for the hater. Always got a comment about my 20K subs, or always got a comment about this here or this there. I don't know if that's the old dono from Cyberpunk 53 or a new one. Hold on. I'm going to send some love to Big Chief Sean here. Hold on. No, I think that was the last dono from Cyberpunk 53. All right, so hold on. Nothing new at this point. Let me show some love real quick. Do you know how long ago he lost his dog?
Is so cool right now. I just realized this. I'm looking at you, Miz, standing beneath that WrestleMania sign, and I'm just thinking, how would it be? What do you think, Miz, about having WrestleMania right here in Cleveland, Ohio? What do you think, Miz? I think that's an awesome idea. Awesome. Really? Yeah. You think so? Yes. I don't know, man.
All right, I just sent him a DM. Hopefully, he ends up being a little bit better. I figured that was him again, though. But you know, 3 different profiles, man. Just people can't quit, huh? People just can't quit. Mountain football, it's all good. You went to sketchy areas. Uh-oh. Shep, what it do? Yeah, we're good. The troll came back again with a 3rd profile. So I guess the hating won't stop. So it's going to continue to keep going. And I guess I have to continue to ban or eliminate profiles. Sometimes people just can't quit. You know what I mean? Or if they end up saying some fucked up shit to me and then they end up feeling fucked up and bad about it and then want to try to come back to the channel, or they want to keep on hating, either one or the other, or creating like 20 or 30 profiles. Like, I never understood that. If your life is so boring that you have to create 20 or 30 profiles and like you don't have anything better to do, you can find another room or another place to go to. You don't have to always, be on one, but it is what it is. Haters going to hate. You know what I mean? Haters are going to hate. Do you think Goff is a good fit for Detroit, or should they move on and draft a new quarterback? I think he should go. Goff is not really that good. I mean, obviously, if you put him on like a New England or a team that had more weapons, you could get a little bit more out of him. The stat line isn't horrible, but Goff is limited. I mean, he did get you to a Super Bowl, but you lost. Same thing with like a Jimmy G. You're going to have good Goff and good Jimmy, and you're going to get bad Jimmy. But overall, I would be looking for a different face of the franchise for sure. But at this point, you're probably going to try to get like an Aiden Hutchinson. You're going to try to get, a pass rusher and just keep getting the best available talent. Because no matter who they get at quarterback, you have so many holes at running back, wide receiver, offensive line, biting kneecaps off, defense. You're never going to be able to climb the ladder with Chicago, right? The Packers, as well as the Vikings. Like, I don't know what it's going to take. You're going to need like a Megatron talent. You're going to need like a lot of pieces to be able to catch up, or hope that everyone gets injured in the division and then you somehow can sneak in with like 9 wins or 10 wins. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would move on from Goff. Maybe not this year. Let me give him one more year. And then if you suck again, then get a draft pick. But I'm not sure if they're going to draft a quarterback this year. I assume they're going to get the best available talent. And Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan, hometown kid, draft him. Or like a Kayvon Thibodeau, that would probably be their best bet. So, yeah, I just sent Big Chief Sean a DM. So I know I don't really talk to him like on a regular basis or anything. But I send him a message and hopefully he'll see that. We had a hater earlier, Ben Ganoush, the douche canoe. I guess he came in and then somebody timed him out. I think Sarah. And then after that, we banned the account, and then he came back with another account. And then pretty much said that he's never going to donate to me ever again. Hopes that I fail. And then good luck with begging and all this other bullshit. Then ended up saying some shit to fucking, to Sarah, and then eliminated that account. And then came back with another account, spitting off some extra shit. So I guess that's how it goes. When you get these young kids, you know what I mean, that they just have to hate. The haterade is strong with this youth, with this younger generation. So guess he'll be back again and again and again. So I'll keep banning the account, though. It's not a problem. But, like I said, if you're going to come after me and the mods, it's not going to end well for you. You're not going to be a part of the channel anymore. She's being ransomed by Russia, caught with vape cartridges. So she's in Russia right now? Uh-oh. Interesting. She was over there playing in Russia. At the airport, they said she had some drugs, so she's stuck in there. Oh, wow. Well, why would you even be doing vaping over there to begin with everything that's been going on over there? See, not even 20K subs. You know what I mean? You understand how hard it is to be able to gain subs and to gain views and good people. You know what I mean? And you got to come back with not even 20K subs. I mean, people are just so lame nowadays. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, can't you come up with something more than that? But I guess not. So. That's the hater from before. That's the Ben Ganoush, and then the other fucking thing. He's made 3 profiles. Yeah, they just keep hating and hating and hating. And so it's all good, man. Like I said, if it takes me a while to get to 20K, it doesn't really matter. It's all about the people that are in the room, the people that support me, that know the hard work that I put in, and the good vibes that we have here. That's what we do. We try to be able to be there for each other. Life is hard enough with fucking COVID and with our jobs and with the girlfriends and the boyfriends and the relationships and everything that's going around us. You know what I mean? All we want to do is be able to go somewhere at night, hang out, be able to share with each other what's going on. And we have good people. And then apparently we have some people that are, immature and that can't handle shit. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, he got put in timeout and then went off, and then I banned him, and then he came back with another account. And then I banned that one, and I came back, and then I banned another one. So I banned 3 accounts from the same person, but it is what it is, man. Scrooge McDuck and Tommy Want Wingy incoming. 10 years in prison, some hashish and some of the vape. Oh, wow. Why would you even do that? You got to be smarter than that. It's like Calvin Ridley, too. If you're in Russia with everything that's going on, you have to be a little bit smarter than that. And then Ridley with the gambling. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, we normally don't have a problem with haters, but ever since we hit that $1,000 in the donos, right? We've been doing like, 652, or we hit like 640, then 672, then 1,052. Like, the numbers are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And even though maybe like the sub count could be better, or the views in the room could be better, I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about having quality people. That rest will come in time, where the views will get bigger in the room, the subs will come. And I'd rather have good people sub to the channel than just have someone that's going to turn their back on me and hate on me once they get put in timeout by someone, not even myself. You know what I mean? You're going to flip out like that. So it's like, wait, I don't need donations from someone that's like that, let alone that's going to pull a 360 and say they're never going to donate to me again because they got put in timeout, and then hope that I fail, hope I don't reach 20K, and, with the begging and all that. And it's like, you had no problem donating to me yesterday or the day before, but now I'm a horrible guy and you want me to fail? Okay, that's cool, man. That's all right. We don't need that here. We don't need that here. Russian said she had some drugs on her at the airport. They locked her up, but it's not true. To the mad of the sanction. Yeah, I'm at. There we go. Bang! Shepard Williams. Fuck the hate shit, right? Seriously. I appreciate that. See, that's all it's about. You know what I mean? Some people are going to be haters, and some people are going to be there for life, because that's what it is. We're the Fanatic family. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Preach on, man. $20 for my boy. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? When you're family, you check up on each other. You know what I mean? Like, Shep reached out to me, and a lot of y'all, we talk outside of the YouTube. We'll talk on the Discord. We'll talk on Instagram or on Twitter. And those conversations a lot of times are private, and they're nice to be able to have with the fans that turn into friends, that turn into family. But you can't obviously say that for everyone. So I definitely agree. And we got great mods in the room. We got great people in the room. We definitely don't need any extra haters, in the building. And if I have to lose subs, for the haters, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's a big part of why I went down from 20K, and now I need to regain like 40 or 50 subs, because I've had to ban a lot of people, and obviously trolls and everything else. So it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, I've been over 20K, and the thing is YouTube doesn't really give my notifications out. I'm like one of the biggest like NFL YouTubers. I mean, I'm the biggest, smallest YouTuber, as far as what I do, because all the other people are over 100K, like Sports Fury, and you got like the Clickbait Sports, and you got Grossi over almost at 300K. I've been kind of stuck, around this 19,900, 20,000 for quite a while. But it's fine. You know what I mean? They don't give out the notifications to my fans, but the fans that do get them, I finally decided to go all in and not do any other jobs. So I'm just doing YouTube full time. I'm not doing warehouse or phone sales anymore. And like, it's hard, to be able to gain ground. And I put a lot of effort and work in all the streams that I do. I mean, Peter Schrager, from Good Morning Football steals my material. Madden Football, took Sack Lunch and stole that and put it in the video game. So I know people are watching me. You know what I mean? So I don't need to necessarily be at like 30K, 50K, 100K. Would it be nice to be at that number at this point? Of course. But I've been grinding on this thing for 10 years. So I've been doing YouTube for 6. This is my 6th year, but I've been recording for 10. So everyone's journey is a little bit different, but I would rather have, 19.9 and have 16 people in the room and they're all goats, right? Because there's not a lot of times where you can find a room that has less than 20 people where you can get donations from 200 to 1,000 in a night. I guarantee there's other channels out there that'll have 200 people in the room, 2,000 people in the room, 20,000 in the room that don't make that kind of donations. So it shows you, person for person, we have more quality in the room than quantity. We'll get the quantity down the road, but I don't want trolls or haters or people that are going to turn their back on me after one little thing. So, but I appreciate that, Cole. It's tough, but we got a great fan base in here, and that's facts. Preach on, Shep. Yeah, Shep. Shep. For sure. What are we at? 186. We're so close to $14 more. Hey, I mean, Douche canoe. I don't know what else to say besides that, man. Yeah, let me go to it. I usually don't sub to a lot of channels on YouTube or whatnot, but I mean, Cole, if you sub to mine, I'll sub to yours, brother, and you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram. And if you follow me on there, like I said, I'll follow you back. What's his name? Is it just on his name itself? So we support each other here. We're not haters over here. So let me see here. Where are you at? We'll get you some more subs here just tonight. You come to this place and, we'll get you some subs, brother. Cole, Keler. All right, brother. 57 subscribers. Now you're at 58. I got you, brother. That's what we do, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes, it depends on, like with YouTube, you gotta put out a lot of content. You know what I mean? You always got to be putting out content. It's got to be good content. Obviously, I had a Michael Jordan PSA 9 rookie card that's worth like $20,000 to $30,000 that I sacrificed 4 years ago for the setup. So that way I could have the iMac. That way I could have the speakers, the microphones. And I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this fucking channel. I probably have put in over 100,000 hours on this channel since 2017. So I'm always grinding. I'm always hustling. I'm the only one that does these late night streams from 2 hours to 5 hours. I mean, I put in a lot of effort that most people aren't willing to do, but I'm really proud of the people that are in the room. So I just subscribe to your channel, brother. So if you can do the same for me, if you haven't done already, Cole, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you have a Twitter or Instagram, make sure you do that as well. Yeah, don't screw around in another. Yeah, it's like you can't be doing anything like that in any other country. That's facts. Yeah. The quarterbacks will be much better next year, so I think that they should go for the edge. Go for Kayvon Thibodeau or an Aiden Hutchinson would work out perfect because he played at Michigan, so the fans are gonna love him. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the record is, and they win 4 games a year, fuck it. But if he can end up making the Pro Bowl and being like one of the next up and coming guys, like a Chase Young or like a Nick Bosa or a Joey Bosa, same thing goes for Kayvon Thibodeau. They're gonna love him. So I think that's what they should do. Said, man, this channel is great. Appreciate that. Said, you're right, Holly. It is hard. And trust me, I mean, I had to build this channel from ground up, from zero. And I've been kind of stuck around this 19-9, 20. And I've been over 20 twice. I've been over 20 when the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Ravens played, not last season, but like 2 seasons ago. We got over. And then I had a partner that I did the show with. He quit. And then I lost like 300 subs. And then some of his family members and his friends. And then after that, Grossi rated when I had the Bengals. Kitty Goes Meow played the Jags in like October, and then I got like about 400 subs to get me about 100 over. But then some of those people took their subs away. Some of them kept it, but some of them took it away. Like 100 people out of that Grossi raid took their sub away. So it was like a cool thing to do for Tom at the point, but we still got Holly Hundo and a lot of great people out of it. I got $620 in donations in 45 minutes, over 400 subs. And I'm going to be doing a collab with Grossi next year for the Packers and Bucks when we do a live play-by-play and reaction. So it was a great night, but it is hard. It is definitely hard. You have to be, you have to have a lot of perseverance. You have to have a lot of passion, energy. You have to be entertaining. You have to be able to, know how to talk on the mic. And that's one thing for me. I have an advantage over everyone else. I mean, I did phone sales for 20 years. So I know how to talk to people. I'm very comfortable on the mic. I've tried out for radio stations. I could be on TV or radio like tomorrow. Like I'm seasoned already where if like, a job opportunity came up, but I don't want to work for Fox Sports or ESPN or, I'd rather just be like Grossi and do YouTube and be my own boss, make my own hours. So that way I don't have to dress and wear a tie. I want to be able to be comfortable wearing shorts, tank tops, kind of like a Pat McAfee and just be real with it. You know what I mean? That's facts. Yeah, I just sub, brother. The haters are going to hate, man. It seems like the haters are coming out, and when we get bigger and bigger and bigger, there's going to be more haters out there. That's facts. Yeah, I got the football knowledge too, you know what I mean? And so I got the football knowledge, but I think for me, just being a good guy, you know what I mean? And having a good heart, you know what I mean? Especially it's like, when a lot of people get donos, they don't give back to the fans. And that's the first thing that, obviously when I started to go full time into this, as long as I got my bills kind of taken care of, and if I got, some extra money, I'm going to give back, because what a better way to show appreciation to the people that are supporting you and giving them an awesome gift, and not some little cheap $5 gift, but getting something that I would wear, something that I would rock. And I'm very picky with the clothes that I buy and the shoes that I buy. I want to try to get you something really special from the heart. And we got Cyberpunk 53 and Holly Hundo Chiefs starter jackets. I got Odin's son, Odin's child, 4 wrestling t-shirts. We got Sarah Small with some Cult sweats, t-shirts, and socks. And I still got some more merch that I'm going to send her. Mr. Williams, Xavier Williams is on the way. I'm going to have to find the right shirts and the right sizes. Still looking for some Kobe and Magic Johnson stuff as the donos keep coming in. And then I'm going to get Shep not a Falcons jersey, but a Atlanta Braves jersey. And then there'll be more goats that I take care of. So that's what it's about, man. Just being able to help people out. And, some people are just going to be a hater. It's just how it goes, man. I guess so. Maybe he had Walmart fried chicken. Probably. Yeah, it's weird too, because the guy has donated to me many times. You know what I mean? More than like 5 times, I believe. And I don't know if he was new to the channel within the last couple months, but I'm pretty sure he's donated more than like 4 to 5 times. So for him to be put in timeout and then all of a sudden flip out and say he's never going to donate, hopes I fail, and all the begging things, and has to call Sarah a name, and then create another profile, and then another profile, and then we have to ban that. It's just silly, but I guess that's how it goes, right? Yeah, I just put in his name for the channel. I sub to it. Chief will Chief. No problem, man. That's what we do here, man. You know what I mean? We get Chiefs Kingdom people in here. I'm a Bucks fan since 95. I'm not a bandwagon guy. I follow all 32 teams. If you want to know about knowledge and, everything that goes along with, the tape and the film study and the reading, I feel I work harder than anybody on YouTube as far as the sports thing. As far as research and film study, I don't think anyone works harder than me outside of YouTube. There's a lot of other people that are making content and uploading videos, but how many people are actually watching film? How many people are actually going to the team websites? How many people are actually reading 4 to 6 hours a day? I don't think a lot of people are doing that. And that's why I think I have the following that I do, because I really put in a lot of that effort and that time. And that's facts. We're at 191. We got $9 to go. We got it, baby. Chief will Chief. Thank you, brother. $5 dono for my Chief will Chief. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Very much. Chiefs Kingdom in the building. Supporting your boy. We won't let one bad egg or one bad seed ruin it for everyone else, right? He's looking at that hater. He's like, God, why is that guy going to be such a hater? Hater. Too much haterade for him. We don't need him, right, Andy? Nah, we don't need him. That's what it's about right there. Lombardi, baby. Lombardi. Chiefs. And like I said, Chiefs Kingdom always supports me the most. And if I didn't have the Chiefs Kingdom and you amazing fans, even though we had the one douche canoe, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to do this full time and to be able to focus on making content and being able to pay bills and spend time with you guys. So thank you guys, man. 94. Nice. I still have some of mine. I had everyone had the fucking Charlotte Hornets one. So I have a Charlotte Hornets one at my mom's house that I grew up in, a White Sox one for Bo Jackson and Frank Thomas, a silky one, obviously with the silk, kind of like the button-up one. Can't wear it anymore. And I also have a Notre Dame one it's like a medium. I can still wear it, I guess, but it's like a medium kids. It's not going to stretch all the way down. I'd have to wear like a long shirt underneath. But I was going to get that framed and send that maybe to Odin's son, Odin's child, because he's a big Chiefs Kingdom guy, but he loves, obviously, Notre Dame. And it's a vintage one, too. It's from like the 80s or 90s, and I've had it forever. But yeah, old school starter jackets are awesome, and they're expensive, and most of them are kids sizes. They didn't really make a lot of adult jackets. They made some, but a majority of starter jackets back then were made for kids. That's where the target audience was. And if you look up starter jackets on eBay now, shit, they go for $200 to like $1,000 for some of the rare ones. I mean, especially if you get the bigger sizes for like an adult jacket. Very, very cool. Yeah, I follow a lot, and even though I'm a Bucks fan, like I have a lot of love for the Saints and the Falcons and the Panthers. And I think there's just a lot of haters that are out there. It's like if you're not a fan of their team or their players, people are so biased. And I try to give you a different type of opinion. Also, I'm a defensive guy. I'm a linebacker guy first, safety guy second, and I like obviously edge guys and D tackles, but I like defense first over offensive guys, and I like O-line. And you're not going to really find anyone else on YouTube that likes defense and O-line as much as me. Everyone else is about the quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, which are great. Those are fantastic pieces, but I like to highlight some of the pieces that don't get the love, like the offensive linemen, the centers, the guards, the tackles, as well as all the defensive studs out there. That's facts. Oh, yeah. Terrence is like, I would love an Eagles shirt or socks. It's all about the donos too. So, it's all about the support that I get on the channel. But a lot of these people that are getting these gifts from me are donating 50, 100, 200, 400, 500. So obviously when I have, people that are donating heavy to me to pay my rent, pay my bills, those are the people that are going to get taken care of first. But down the road, Terrence, maybe a special gift will be coming your way with an Eagles shirt or socks. All right, my brother? Oh, I do, man. I don't try to waste money, man. Like if I'm giving back to the fans, that's not wasting. So sometimes, you got to be able to invest in yourself. And obviously, taking care of the fans is something that's very, very important to me. You got a Hornets hat from the early 90s. Nice. And I collect cards and toys and wrestling figures. I'm like 40-year-old virgin minus the virgin part. If you watch that movie and how he is with the toys, that's me. I'm 39 and I've been collecting since I was 5. And 99% of my collection still in the box. So you can imagine the stuff that I have. I sold a Michael Jordan PSA 9 rookie card worth $20,000 to $30,000 now. So you can kind of imagine what my collection is like. That's facts. $43-14. Nice. Yeah, just COLEKELEHER. So just within a few minutes, I don't know how many subs you have now on your channel, but you got a lot more than what you had probably when you started. So you got 60 subs. So I don't know what you were at there before, brother, but we definitely are here to help you out and support. So if you sub to me, we sub back. That's what we do here. We take care of each other. We don't hate on each other like some of these other people. That's facts. What day, Cole? Because I am too. My birthday's in May. I'm a Taurus also. If you're a Taurus. Wouldn't it be crazy if Cole's birthday is the same as mine? My birthday is the same as The Rock. He's my brother, Dwayne Johnson. May 2nd, 1972 for The Rock. Okay? I would assume your birthday is probably after the 5th, if I had to guess. That's just my ESP talking, but I doubt it's on the same day as the 2nd as me, because that would be creepy. Creepy, eerie. 26. Oh, you're a Gemini, so you missed out on the Taurus. Okay, that's why I wasn't getting Taurus vibes from you. I knew it was after the 5th. There we go. But that's okay, man. Yeah, your birthday's coming up. Mine is too, man. NBA MVP? It's a good question. We got to see how the rest of the season kind of plays out. Cyberpunk 53 said the jacket is fire. I appreciate it, man. For all the donations and all the love and support, it's the least I can do. And then when more and more donations come in, those are the people that you got to take care of first, as the heavy hitters that are donating their hard-earned money to be able to make it comfortable for me to be able to buy groceries, gas, to be able to take the dog to the groomers and to be able to survive. Rent is not cheap. Bills are not cheap. My cable and internet bill is like $200. Rent is like, $700-800. So it's like I need to hustle and grind. I can't necessarily just take days off whenever I want. And that's why I work as hard as I do. So that's facts. You got a little Braves jacket from back in the day? Nice. Mika's Moot, May 16th. Tauruses, baby. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is like they don't get the love. And so I want to be able to show the love on YouTube because I think a lot of people would rather buy offensive player jerseys first. But with me, it's like I'm always, Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, Devin White. It's like I'm always going. It has to be like something really special for me to be able to want to buy an off like Mike Allstott. Okay, he's like a defensive player. He runs over people. He's amazing. The A train. You're never going to see anything like that ever again. Then that would be the exception for me. Okay, I don't even own a Tom Brady jersey. Like even when he came over, so I'm not like this bandwagon guy. I've always been more of a Joe Montana, Peyton Manning guy. And speaking of Peyton Manning, he's got the biggest forehead of all time. We always talk about this. So Peyton Manning had a forehead that turned into an 8 head, as in the pictures you can see here. We talk about this almost on every stream. Look at 1995. Normal kid, right? Tennessee Volunteer, going to be the first pick in the draft. Normal forehead. And then in 20 years, that bitch grew and doubled in size. And then look at 2035, right? You already know he's a straight up alien, right? Peyton Manning, though. That's my dude. All right. Always liked him and Joe Montana. I mean, I will always love, Tom Brady for what he brought to Tampa Bay, because I thought Super Bowl 37 with the Raiders was going to be the only Super Bowl I was going to ever get. But, it is what it is. I think Tampa will ever get an NBA team. I don't think the area cares enough about basketball, no. I mean, if we're going to get an NBA team, we need to get the Sonics back in Seattle. That's my personal opinion. Work done. Nice. Omas on the TV. Did you actually frame a poster of Asia? Such a good movie, dude. 40-Year-Old Virgin, man. Good fucking movie. Let's go in the studio. Let's switch it up. Feeling those studio vibes. This is usually what the stream will look like, but I figured I'd go with the Ridley for a little bit. But this one has kind of got that homey vibe. And this is what it's like going to be in the future. Once I hopefully end up getting a studio, in my hometown. Couches, I got the soundboard, help people make their dreams come true. This will be something that I want to be able to have as well. And that's facts. Omas versus Apollo Crews on the TV. Supersonics, baby. So that way that we can end up getting that rivalry again with the Blazers and the Sonics. And Sonics and Laker games were always fire back in the day too, with Gary Payton. All right. We already know about him. Dana Barros. Okay. Xavier McDaniel, Irvin Johnson. And I'm not talking Magic Johnson. All right. Irvin Johnson, ERVIN Johnson, the center. Sean Kemp, Detlef Schrempf. We remember the team from back in the day. Absolutely. Your boy Alex in the building. What do you do? I did not get a chance to see the new Lakers show just yet, but I heard that it was good. Like I said, I'm just trying to catch up on life. Obviously, I kind of went off the grid for a couple days, so I'm just trying to catch up. Let me take a quick look here. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, like I said, as far as, a lot of these guys, I mean, it's very tough to tell, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times in the draft, right, Cole? A lot of times in the draft, you have a need, right, in the first 3 rounds. Let's say like wide receiver, running back, offensive tackle, right? So you never know if they're going to draft that number 1 need first, or if they're going to go for the most athletic guy, or if they're going to get a free agent for that position and then draft. So it's really tough to tell. So to be honest, I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. I don't have enough research. I don't have any inside sources with the NFL teams. All I do is read. And, obviously I do pretty good in my NFL. Like I did in the NFL draft last year. I hit 15 out of the first 17 picks. And I think that was the most accurate out of anyone on TV or podcasting. And I could have got 16 out of 17. I went last minute. I thought Penei Sewell was going to get drafted instead of Jamar Chase. So I was kind of 50-50 there. I figured they would go O-line, but I could see them going for Jamar because of the Burrow connection. But, I got a lot of the picks right, even the offensive linemen and some of the movements. So I put in a lot of time and effort with it, but I couldn't tell you. I don't stream on Twitch just yet, but at one point, maybe I will. Rich Gannon. A legend, dude. A journeyman just like Brad Johnson. Just didn't work out with those 5 interceptions and those 3 pick sixes in the Super Bowl against my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. See, Matt's in Hawaii. He does some research as well. So you got a lot of smart people in this room. It all depends on how much free time you have and what you think. But like I said, sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes it's a good guess. You know what I mean? You got to look at free agents and see where people are going to fall or what new team a player is going to go to. That's facts. Exploradora in the building. Dora the Explorer. Brees Hall and Kenny Walker blaze 4.3 40-yard dashes. That's nuts, right? Super fast. Iowa State led the nation in rushing yards. 20 years old. 6'1", 220 too. Shit, he's got good body size. Shit, I'd take him in Tampa. Come to Tampa. Fuck it. I need someone like that. You know what I mean? But I like guys from like Iowa and Iowa State when they come. Dude placed bets on MLS games. Interesting. Your boy Alex, he said, do you think NFL punishments are unfair? It all depends on, you know what I mean, like how they go about it. I mean, Pete Rose got banned for life when he was a manager betting, on his own team, whether it was to win or lose, and it was a lifetime ban. Ridley's getting banned for a year, which seems a little extreme, but they want to make sure they make an example out of him so that way that next guy doesn't do it. And I know there's other NFL players that gamble and bet, probably on their own teams or other games, and obviously NBA players that probably do it, and MLB. The difference is they're not fucking idiots and betting under their own name, on their own account. They're going to bet under a friend's account and give the friend the money, so there's no ties to the player. So that way you don't get caught. You know what I mean? So if you want to hustle and like gamble, like fantasy football and do these other things, you do it the smart way. Obviously, Calvin Ridley's not that smart if he's willing to bet under his own account. And then obviously someone saw it, probably ratted him out to Goodell or the Falcons organization or like an Ian Rappaport type of character. And then it gets leaked out. And then eventually you're going to get caught and you're going to get in trouble. You know what I mean? So if you're going to bet, be smart about it. You know what I mean? It's like imagine like a lot of these rappers and a lot of these like people that are in like high, positions in society. Like if they're moving like drugs or they're moving things that are illegal, you know what I mean? They're probably not doing it themselves. They probably got other people doing it for them to make money. You know what I mean? Like you get these guys that are out there in Florida, off the Florida Keys. There's a lot of like drug movement and stuff that's out there. And a lot of these guys are big rappers and they got money. And it's not just from the rap deals. You know what I mean? They're doing other side hustles on the side. So it's like a lot of these guys got other people working for them. If you're going to be doing betting, don't do it yourself. I mean, that's just common sense. I mean, if you watch Vice Channel or if you just know anything about anybody out there, or if you have friends, I mean, you got to use common sense. And obviously, I don't think that was common sense by Calvin Ridley. You know what I mean? There's a lot of big boys out there and big girls out there making moves and doing side hustles that are illegal, and they're not doing it themselves. They got a team or people doing it for them. Come on, man. That's facts. Malik? Malik's got a lot of talent, but it's all going to be depending on the quarterback, the offensive line, the weapons that he has. I mean, if you saw all the guys this year with all the hype, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, right? And Trey Area, and none of them really panned out, right? All of them kind of shit the bed. Justin Fields had hit some moments. Mac Jones had some moments. Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson struggled like a motherfucker, and Trey Lance barely even played. Didn't even really play at all. You know what I mean? So you can have all the hype you want, but I think last year's class was better than this year's, and there's no Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert. So it shows you every few years you'll get generational talents, but they're not going to come out every year. And out of those 5 guys, the best one might be Justin Fields, but it depends on his development, the coaching staff, and the wide receivers, if Allen Robinson's there. Because if it's only fucking Mooney, you're fucked. Cole Kmet and Mooney and Robinson's gone, you're fucked. So you need to be able to get someone better. You got Montgomery and a couple of these other guys at running back, but the Bears need weapons for him to get better. And Mac Jones will be able to be great based off the scheme, right? But he needs more people to throw to as well. And he's going to be a scheme guy for like New England and the Niners. I think if Mac Jones went anywhere else, he wouldn't succeed. And I like Trey Lance on the Niners because I think he kind of reminds me of Justin Fields and Malik a little bit, where where he can run outside the pocket, play action, bootleg, extend plays, and with weapons like make him puke Ayuk, George Kittle, Debo Samuel, Elijah Mitchell, you're going to not have to do a whole lot. All you got to do is not turn the football over, and the Niners can make the Super Bowl next year or the NFC Championship game. All you got to do is be better than Jimmy G, which I think is possible. So I do like Trey Lance a lot. I think Trey, obviously, is on a better team, right? Mac Jones, Patriots, a pretty good team. Bears, kind of a 500 team, right? And then you got Trevor Lawrence and fucking Zach Wilson on the garbage dump, on the fucking Jags and obviously in the Jets. So I don't think those two quarterbacks are bad, because if you put Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence on the Niners and the Patriots, they'd be a lot better. It all depends on your team, your division, your coaching staff, the supporting cast. So everyone wants to shit on Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence. Well, fucking look what team they're on. They're on the goddamn Jags and the Jets. Of course they suck, because they got no one to throw to, and they got no fucking protection. And the defense is fucking blow. You feel me? That's facts. All right. I'll keep track. What's the final, what's the dono at right now? 201. All right, perfect. That's okay. Get some sleep. Get some sleep. Get some sleep, goat. Smully. Get some sleep, baby. All right? I appreciate you. No one will ever disrespect me or you. All right, boss lady? All right? As long as I'm in charge, you're my boss lady for life. Love you. Appreciate you. Mr. Williams says, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to Orion if you can. Shout out. Looks like Mr. Williams is taking over the role. We'll see how long he stays in the building. Ray Rice beat fiance 2 games. Ridley bets. Yeah, obviously, it's not fair in that regard, but with betting, some of the bets were for obviously Matt Ryan, like taking a sack in the 3rd or 4th quarter in the red zone. So then they have to investigate to see if Matt Ryan is in on it. More than likely, Calvin just did this on his own, high on the couch, smoking a J, drinking some fucking Hennessy or something, right? And he just wants to be making money because he's bored, right? But when you do individual bets for players on your team, then you have to investigate. Because even if he just bet against everyone besides the Falcons, but it's not fair, but sometimes they have to make an example out of people. And then hopefully, you're smart enough to learn, if you're going to bet, don't use your own account. You know what I mean? So obviously, beating people and doing all that shit is not okay either. All right. But like I said, sometimes shit isn't fair, dude. You know what I mean? But you got to be smart enough to not be the guy that they make an example of, because they do that in MLB. They do it in the NBA. They do it in every fucking sport. It's like, depending on who gets caught, sometimes you're the guy that gets made the example of, and it sucks. So the new Laker TV show with the Magic Johnson. I don't know the exact name of it, but someone probably knows it that's in the chat right now. But it looks fire, though. It looks very good. Anyone love how this is such a great place for us to come here and hang out, and we can talk with whatever we are dealing with? Yeah, it is, dude. And that's the whole part of the channel. I think with me, we can talk NFL, and people can ask me NFL questions, college football. We can talk AEW, WWE. I can talk NBA, college hoops, MLB when we have a season. We can go soccer. We can do World Cup, NHL. But the talks that we have on here, when we can talk about life, depression, anxiety, things that I've dealt with. If you deal with addiction or you're having a bad day, like, we can come here and we can kind of vibe. You can come on the Discord, you can end up hanging out, but there's not a lot of places where you can just feel not threatened, not judged. Every once in a while, you'll get a douche canoe coming in here and being a hater. And that's fine. That's something that's a part of life with the internet. But a majority of the fans that come in here, we have a great time, and it's kind of crazy. The 3 biggest donation days that I've had on this channel for 6 years, and I've been grinding for 10, have happened within the last 2.5 weeks. And they've all been late night streams where we just hang out and talk about life or just whatever, sports, life, wrestling, what we're going through, problems, depression. We've made 640. We did 640, 652, and like 640, 672, and then 1,052 with less than 20 people in the room. That's fucking unheard of. So it feels really good. You picture Malik, a Steeler. I picture Malik on the Panthers. If I had to, if I see them, I could see them reaching for him at 6, but I don't really know if they're going to reach for him at that early position. Obviously, with mock drafts, you'll see me do a few, but Kayvon Thibodeau and Aiden Hutchinson are going to be the best pass rushers. Evan Neal should be the first pick in the draft. All right, this guy is 6'7", 350. the best lineman. He could be the next Orlando Pace, like the next Hall of Fame lineman. I would pick him first overall if I was the Jags. No question. As great as Thibodeau is for my Ducks and Aiden Hutchinson is for Michigan, you got to go for the non-sexy pick for the guy that should pan out to be like a Pro Bowl, like superstar guy. I don't see him being like an Eric Fisher, like kind of a guy that maybe busted or a guy that, got picked really high and never panned out. Evan Neal from Alabama should be the first pick. Ekuwonu, obviously from NC State, looks very good as well. 6'4", 320. Charles Cross from Mississippi State looks really good. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 310. So there's a lot of guys, but Malik with the 6th pick, I could see the Panthers reaching for a guy like him because if they don't pick him there, he might go off the board. And then the Falcons, I think now with the whole Calvin Ridley situation, I think Garrett Wilson easily could be that guy they pick at number 8 overall. They're going to need a wide receiver, so you can pick him. You can pick Drake London. And you can go Treylon Burks. Obviously, he might be the best one out of them all. Arkansas, 6'3", 225. He's got speed. He's got power. He's got everything that you would want. And then there's other guys that are going to go later in the draft as well. Obviously, as we saw Jamison Williams at Alabama get hurt against Georgia, he should be very good. Chris Olave from Ohio State also. So there's going to be probably about 5 wide receivers taken in the first round, but you don't want to go too high and too quickly. And I've done a lot of my research. I know what I'm talking about, so that's facts. So brought up 2 quarterbacks, both drafted by the New England Patriots and played for the Raiders in a Super Bowl 10 years later. Yes, you did. Eagles John, you got the brain, my dude. Yeah, I get it. But betting is pretty serious too. You know what I mean? Obviously, beating someone up is not okay. We know this. All right. But the betting circles, think about this. All that shit happened. Pete Rose bet. He got a lifetime ban in baseball. So you got to picture it that way. You can't compare it to someone beating a woman or beating a kid like Adrian Peterson. All those things are fucking horrible. But betting in sports, if you're a player and you're betting on your own team, there's already enough speculation for corruption and cheating that goes on by the conspiracy theorists that are out there in every sport. There's all these guys out there that already think there's all kinds of cheating going on in the NBA, MLB, MLS, NFL, college football, college hoops, and sometimes there is. All right, with the referees cheating and whatnot. But you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes shit isn't fair, but sometimes they got to make an example. 201, let's get to 250, boys. Boys and girls, ladies and gents. So maybe misquoting, but seem to remember a Veach drafting philosophy is not to focus on a particular position, but to pick the best player at wherever they fall on the draft board. And sometimes that's the best way to go. Because if you are an athlete, sometimes you can play more than one position. If you end up picking by position only, you would tend to be like the Portland Trailblazers and going Sam Bowie instead of Michael Jordan when you had Clyde Drexler. Hello, Clyde Drexler could have played small forward, move him down a spot, and then Jordan could be shooting guard, but they were like, oh, we're going to get Sam Bowie. How'd that work out? Or we could have had Kevin Durant, and he's skinny, whatever. We already have some other guys at forward. Let's go for Greg Oden. How'd that work out? So sometimes you got to pick the best available player because Durant could have played the 2, 3, or the 4. Oden could only play center, and then he got hurt, and the rest is history. So sometimes picking the best athlete at the top is better than picking a guy that can only play one sole position. I've learned that the hard way 2 times. Because, I mean, if we had Jordan and we had Durant, we probably would have at least another NBA championship under our belt, if not 2. That's facts. Lenny D in the building. What to do? How you doing, brother? I like Kayvon. I think Kayvon is being kind of shit on and slept on. I think Kayvon is going to be one of the best players in the draft, period. I mean, I watch every Ducks game. I've seen him in the front row. I know what he's about. He's got an endless motor. Some people just don't understand how great he really is. You know what I mean? They want to speculate, and like he gives me those Haloti Ngata vibes. You know, like on defense, if you have like a LaMichael James that I had, right? DeAnthony Thomas and some of these guys, Marcus Mariota, they didn't pan out because they don't have NFL bodies. You have to have an NFL grown man, not little boy body. You got to be able to be a freak. And if you're a freak, you're going to pan out and be legendary. But if you're not a freak, you're probably not going to be that good. You might have hit your ceiling in college. And that's why LaMichael didn't pan out. Mariota didn't pan out. DeAnthony Thomas didn't pan out. Haloti Ngata did. Okay. I think Thibodeau did, or he's going to. And then Justin Herbert's got the NFL body, and he's got obviously the arm to do it. So I think Herbert's going to go down as our best quarterback the Ducks have ever had. Thibodeau should go down as one of the best defensive players we've ever had since Haloti Ngata. So you got to be a grown man for a grown man's game. That's facts. Is it NCAA 14? You put him in there? He's awesome, man. Well, a lot of these guys, I don't watch a lot of boxing or UFC, but, when I watched him fight, he was pretty unstoppable. You know what I mean? When you're training out like in Russia and like beating up on bears and, going through this crazy snow training, in fucking freezing ass water. I mean, he's an animal. We haven't really seen too many people like him. Yeah, people are nuts, man. Treylon Burks, baby. I know you want him. I mean, I can see the Browns going after him. That would be a good fit there, even though I don't really like Baker Mayfield. But Treylon Burks is going to be fucking special. Mountain football, non-sports question. Goodfellas or Godfather 1? Goodfellas. Godfather 1, all the Godfathers are great, but Goodfellas is epic. Like, you know what I mean? Just anything like, the casino movies, when you end up seeing what really happens behind the scenes and the burying of bodies, the beating of people, the killing of people. It's just, a lot of it is like, people don't think that shit really happens. No, that shit happens. That shit did happen. Yeah, Goodfellas. Definitely Goodfellas. Right. So, I mean, but if you're still betting on the team, even if you're not playing, how do you know he's not in cahoots with someone that's in the game playing? You know what I mean? Because a lot of times when people are making bets, it's not just them. It's someone that's involved in the inside. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if that Matt Ryan bet was for like $1 million and he told Matt, hey, just go down on a fluke sack, in the third quarter, right? Just fall down and take a red zone sack and I'll split, the million with you. You know what I mean? It sounds like they don't need the money. They're millionaires as it is, but it could be something as simple as that, as a bet on like a specific thing, like Matt Ryan taking a sack right in the third or fourth quarter in the red zone, which he did bet on Calvin Ridley. And if Matt Ryan was in on it and said, okay, I'll go down and fall down on a fluke sack, we'll split the money. You know what I mean? And then obviously you have a little bit of corruption there. Like it doesn't really matter if they win or lose, but if you're doing those prop bets, that's what I'm talking about. And obviously he did some of those prop bets, and he did bet not necessarily against his team, but for his team. But bottom line is you just can't bet at all, period. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, blue chips. Blue chips are Shaq. Mr. Williams is taking over the dono role. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you. From one goat to another. Appreciate you. Hey, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty well rounded with movies, TV, things that I like. You know what I mean? We had on Friday, we went over a lot of car questions and kind of random questions, which I like doing. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if I'm on gummies or drinking or not, but I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Mr. Williams is my dude. I appreciate you, brother. Let me check. I don't think so. And I might cut the stream off a little bit early. Normally I'll go for like 4 to 5 hours, but I might try to get a little bit of time with the GF to watch maybe a show. I'm going to go see what's going on in the bedroom there to see what Paisley is doing. We're 3 minutes away from 3 hours. So let's take a quick look. We at least broke the $200 mark, which is fantastic. But yeah, people shitting on Thibodeau like he's not a good football player is hilarious. Greatest sports movie of all time. I mean, it depends on what sport you want. You want Rudy, you want Hoosiers, Sandlot. I mean, there's Remember the Titans. I mean, there's so many. The Blind Side. I mean, there's. I don't know if you can really just say one baseball, basketball, or football movie. But for me, if I was going to choose one of the top ones that I enjoy the most is the same one that Mr. Williams said, The Sandlot. I think that would be. Because my dad loves baseball. I have a connection with it with my dad. I love the basketball movies. I love the football movies as well. But something about The Sandlot reminds you of a little kid, getting with the homies and, playing a game of baseball. Because that's what me and my friends used to do here in Oregon when I was, younger, before I hit middle school and like elementary, from like first grade to like sixth grade. That was what we used to do like on the weekends. We do basketball, we do football. tackle, even though some of us would get hurt, but we also would love to do baseball, and we'd have to have enough people to pitch and hit and outfield, and it was a blast, man. So I might have to go Sandlot. Major League's another great one. I mean, it all depends on what year you were born too. I mean, I was born in 82. So, I mean, I've got to see a lot over the years, and it also depends on how old you are and, how many movies that you guys have seen. Coach Carter, that's another good one. I don't know if there's really one that you can say is the greatest. You know what I mean? Miracle or The Blind Side, those are good ones. Henry Hill. Oh, no shit. Yeah, and it's funny too, because with sport movies, like you can normally see other stories on the news or movies, and they may not make you tear up or cry, but if you have a good sport relationship, sometimes those sport movies will make you tear up a little bit because of the connection you have to football, basketball, or baseball. At least that's how it is for me. Like sometimes if I see a story, and it's just like something random, maybe I don't get too emotional about it, but then if it's something related to sports, then it kind of tickles the heartstrings a little bit. So. Yeah, I think the baseball ones are slightly better than the football. It's hard to make good football movies. You know what I mean? But there's been some great ones over the years. Rudy, The Blind Side. I mean, there's a lot of good ones there as well. Rocky. Yeah, that's a good one. For boxing, absolutely. Let me take a peek in the bedroom here real quick to see what the girlfriend is doing, as well as my puppy. And then I'll be able to decide on how much longer I'm going to stream. Might be for another 5 to 10 minutes, maybe a half hour, maybe an hour. Let me double check to see what's going on. And then what are we sitting on the donos, Mr. Williams? Are we at 201? I think that's where we left off when we got the $10 donation there. So 201 with Jameson Mays is 10. Shout out to you, Jameson. Appreciate you. And then from one goat, taking over another goat's job. Thank you, Mr. Williams. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother. It's always nice to be able to have another person step up without having even to ask. Appreciate you. Let me go double check real quick in the bedroom to see where we're at. One sec.
You know why you don't see me as distraught as my partner Seth Rollins was earlier tonight? Because that feeling I had at the end of the tag team match when I realized we weren't going to WrestleMania, I never want to feel that again. You know what? I won't have to. You know why? So I just had an epiphany. You know what an epiphany is? It's when you have an idea so brilliant that no one else can have it, and that's what I just had. Okay, I have an idea, and that idea is going to change my entire WrestleMania future. Would you care to share? No, not yet. Okay, I still have to iron out some details, but I have a plan, and I'm going to share that plan with everyone later tonight.
All right, guys. So it's been about 3 hours. I usually try to stream about 3, 4, 5 hours. Obviously, I'm trying to make time, to be able to hang out with the puppy as well as the GF. So I am going to end the stream now. If I could stream for another 2 hours, definitely I would. But I want to be able to watch a little bit of TV and relax. And I'll be back tomorrow for another probably 2, 3, 4 hour live stream. And I'm going to try to do them every day. And like I said, I'll be back. Like I said, we had one hater that tried to ruin everything in the stream, but we got a lot of goats that are in here that are taking care of business. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys very much. Mr. Williams, looks like you didn't have to take over the role for too long with that, but shout out to everyone that donated. Shout out to everyone that supported me and had great conversations, great questions in the chat. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys very much. And I'll be back tomorrow around 6 to 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then we'll go about it again and see if there's any other news that goes on. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. 3 hours and 2 minutes. I had a lot of fun like I always do. And you guys get some sleep, or do some research or watch some shows. I know I got a lot of shows to catch up on. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. Take care. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And I'll be back tomorrow around 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Pacific time. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Gang.